seconds we got left. We're live.
Woo! Oh man, I wasn't ready without the countdown.
I know.
Hello,
Welcome.
party people! Welcome.
It's
You are
virtual voices.
now tuned in to Virtual Voices, the dopest the dopest virtual open mic in the game. We've been here 2 years, 50 episodes. This is 51. We have 51 Virtual Voices episodes.
51 sessions, 2 years. Like, come
two
on.
years. We started this in March of 2020 as a way to, combat lockdown. And I think Jay and I both went through all types of things and changes and all the things during those 2 years. And, we're here. We're here 2 years later.
I put it on the TV. I see us.
I was like, what is she giggling about over there?
I gotta fix my face.
Y'all, we have a lineup of heavy hitters for you tonight. We have a feature near and dear to Jay and I. Funnily enough, I guess it wasn't out of the ordinary that we both knew this feature at all, considering
Right.
considering who we are. But it wasn't. We were discussing features, and Jay brought up Sir Christian, and I was like, "Oh shit, I love him!" And then here we are. So you guys have a dope feature poet in the game. He's out here on the streets, on the virtual streets, on the actual streets, on the New Eurekan streets, the Parkside streets, all the streets.
Right.
Christian, also known as Curly Headed Ninny.
Curly headed Mimi.
Oh yeah, he's showing his shirt backstage.
Yeah, we see it. We see it.
So it's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a great night. I hope you guys are all, chilling at home, comfortable in your living room or your closet or whatever's clever for you. There's no judgment here.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Doing that, yes, doing that. Oh,
No
you're that
slaps.
way. I don't know if
No
you're that way
slaps.
for me, but for me, you're that way. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, this is weird because it's the other way on the screen. But
Oh,
anyway.
but it shows that we're touching. We're maybe not for other people. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, I want y'all backstage to do me a favor. Please entertain me. Please entertain me. When you guys when you guys join into the screen, right? Can we all just like look at each other like the Brady Bunch? Please, can y'all do that for me?
Yes, this is our new thing here.
Yes. Yes, please. All right, you ready? You got the rules and thing.
Yeah, let me get into it. Let me get after it. Let me do my spiel. Let me do my spiel in high heels without the heels this evening. Because it's live on time from the living room. So let's get into it. So for those who don't know, my name is Leah V in the place to be. And this is the co-hostess with the mostest, Jay Rose, also known as Jay Ropra. She is the Oprah of the poetry game. I said it. I said what I said. We're going to go ahead and get into these rules and regulations for all of you party people this evening. All right, so let's get it popping, non-stopping. The first and foremost rule is this is a safe space. Jay and I crafted this space so that we could allow artists a place to be vulnerable during a very scary time where nobody knew what was going on. And we created a space that has allowed hundreds and hundreds of different types of artists, poets, musicians, so anything in between, dancers, mimers, magicians. Yeah, for real. We've made a space that brings in everybody. So we don't have any space for hate speech. This is pro LGBTQ, pro BLM, pro all the letters of the alphabet. Okay, so if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then say nothing at all. If you do come with the disrespect via comments or popping in or whatever's clever, Jay will go ahead and she will take her virtual cane and she will just throw you off that stage and you will never be heard from again. All right, so just make sure that you're kind to one another, and because like I always say, we all we got. All right, keeping it moving. Next rule: there are 5 minutes per performer. This does not mean you can only do one piece or one song or one joke or one dance. It just means that you only have 5 minutes. So if you're not sure of your remaining time, then check with the host. We do want you to fill that 5 minutes. We don't want you to come up in here and only do 30 seconds poems. We want you to take that time and do as much as you can in that time. So if you're unsure of your remaining time, just give us a holler. Jay and I will let you know how we're doing, if we got space for one more. The reason that we have these limitations is because we do have artists popping in and out throughout the night. They've dropped a mic in the comments to perform, but I'll get to that later. But we have other artists popping in and out, and also the 5 minutes per performer allows us to, most of the time, when time is willing, it allows us to have a round 2. Round 2 is a lightning round where we allow all the previous performers to return and do another piece, another song, another joke, another dance, whatever's clever. So yeah, moving on. Make sure that you follow one another. Like I said before, we got. J Rose does a beautiful job at keeping this fancy schmancy banner right there below, and she works very hard to get this banner on the bottom to have the performer's name, social media handles, and also Venmo, Cash App. If you got the coins, if you got your tax return early, you feeling like making it rain a little bit, or just like dropping some dimes, whatever, then that's why we have that there, so that we can support one another. Make sure you follow one another. If you got it, try to tip the artist. If not, it doesn't cost anything to click that follow button. Let's all make sure to expand our network so that we can collectively expand our net worth. Moving on. Those who signed up on Eventbrite will get first dibs on the microphone. They're already on the sign-up list. I'm sorry. But what you can do is, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, which is where we show this show live on time every time, what you can do is just pop into those comments. What was that?
I said en vivo.
En vivo, yes. Drop a mic in the comments, so that we can get you on the list. Jay will come through. She'll just slide nice and stealthily into those DMs, and she'll send you all the information that you need in order to get up in the StreamYard, to get backstage, and to get on the virtual microphone. Speaking of microphone, we want you to make sure that you stay close to the microphone. And this is particularly important for singers, or any type of musician. Make sure that you check with us before. If you're not sure how you sound, then just do that. Just be like, hey, how do I sound? You want to strum a few chords or whatever's clever, then go ahead and do what you need to do, so that we can make sure that we can hear you and hear all of the parts of your act. We ask that you do this beforehand, because nobody wants to interrupt somebody's flow. Nobody does. I know things happen, but we try to keep this as authentic as possible, as realistic as possible in terms of a stage. So nobody wants to be interrupted. So just, make sure you check your sound. Make sure you check your sound. Moving on, or moving backwards, rather, I was talking about those coins you may or may not have. We also ask that if you do have those coins and you're enjoying the show, donate to the best open mic in the game. You can donate to the Rose Garden events. And we appreciate all contributions, and so do the artists. So Cash Apps and Venmos are listed everywhere. You can also donate to us. We have really evolved in terms of the platform that we were first providing versus this platform. Which is just beautifully concocted by our very own in-house graphic designer lady, who does it all. So, there's always some money that goes into that. So if you got it, throw it. If you got it, make it rain. If you got it. Moving on, share that Facebook video onto your page. Share that YouTube video onto your page. You can go on Facebook right now, in between acts or whatever's clever, and just go to the video, go to the Rose Garden events page, Go to the live video, just press the share video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Not only is this good for your own exposure as artists, but in turn, it is good for the interactive platform we've created. One of our favorite things about Virtual Voices is that it is interactive. We have various audience members who are watching the show, commenting, emphasizing their favorite lines, letting us know what they love, giving props, giving snaps, all the kudos. So that's why we ask that you share the video so that all your friends and families can see it. They can comment. They can watch. At the end of the night, the video will be able to be replayed. However, the live interaction will not be. So we ask that, share it now. Tell your people to come tune in. This is on Facebook and on YouTube. So I think that is about it. And, just be kind to one another. Keep growing. We all we got.
On deck.
Oh, yes. And then Jay has I can't explain this rule anyway, so I always leave this one to Jay.
Yes. So just so you know, when we'll be calling you guys up onto the stage, we'll announce who is coming up next, and then we'll say on deck. When you hear that your name is on deck, that means you're coming up after the next person. So that's your cue to get your shit together, get your poem, cue your music, do your little thing with your instrument if you have one, just kind of get ready because you will be called up to the stage after the next person. And if you are tuning in, where if the studio's full and you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube and you hear us say that you're on deck, that's get ready to come into the StreamYard. We'll let you know if we need space in the studio. We'll ask you guys to go back to watch us on. I think I said that already.
Yes, you did. Jay, I don't know if it's just me, but your Wi-Fi has been a little bit choppy since you got here.
Wi-Fi's acting up?
Yeah.
Am I freezing like a robot?
You're freezing like a robot, a little bit. Just a little bit.
You were not freezing right too, so I don't know what it is.
So maybe it's my Wi-Fi? Guys, who is freezing? If you're in the backstage, tell us who's freezing.
You're in the mountains. I'm in the city.
She said the mountains. I'm a Westchesterite. Aha! You are the one freezing, my friend.
What's going? Let me see what's happening up in here. What is this shit? All right. Let me see if I can switch up my YouTube. Right. Yeah, because I'm gonna open up. At least I shouldn't be chopped up like a.
Yeah, I mean robot. It's nothing too bad, but I definitely want to be able to hear the whole shebang, But we can always put somebody in and then throw you in after. You let me know. See, right now you frozen.
Am I back?
Yes.
Am I good? Better.
Yes, you seem to be good right now.
Okay. Yeah, I switched to my my mobile thing. I don't know what to call it. My hotspot. There we go. I was having a green thing.
Well, our poet's frequent flyer Lone Wolf said muy bien, so I think you're in the clear.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Let us know in the chat if we looking crazy or we sound crazy for sure. Because
by looking crazy, not like me later on in the night after a few glasses of wine. Okay, we're talking about the Wi-Fi.
That's a different crazy.
I get too excited in these shows. Sometimes I'll have too many glasses of wine and things get a little crazy. Okay.
So true.
It's a party in the living room. Okay.
So who's on?
It looks like we have James Techie. James, you are up next. You are on deck, Sir James. You are going to light this fire. But we wanted to kick off. I wanted to kick off. I kind of forced her to kick off the night with usually Jay or I usually try to kick it off, warm up that mic for you. And I did request that Jay do something. She's been killing it lately with that heat, whether it's from years and years ago or from recently. I need you guys all to please put your virtual and your real palms together for the one, the only, the goddess herself, the entrepreneur, the lady who does it all, the one, the only, Jero.
Why? Why are you like this? I can't with her. Why is she like this? You muted yourself? Did you mute yourself? Yo, yes.
Yes, I did.
You and your intros, they magical though. She be like, the majestic, the wonderful.
You know, majestic's my favorite word.
That is your favorite. I love that word though. I can't not think of you when I hear that word now. You are majestic.
There's a poem in that.
There is. You know what? I'm gonna need some help. So, like, you know what? Real quick, let me just add everybody in, and that way everybody can be heard. We're gonna add you guys in. So say hello, familia. Say hello.
What
familia.
up?
Hello.
Party
Hello.
people. Welcome.
What's up?
Oh, look, we got the Brady Bunch set up.
We
The
have-
Brady Bunch. The
I know.
Brady Bunch.
You guys have to look around at each other. Look around so that Jay can make us Brady Brunch promos. Brady Brunch promo. Brady Brunch promo.
What's up? Yeah, look at that. Look at her. Oh, perfect. Look at her.
All right. Thank you for humoring me, guys. All right. So I appreciate y'all. All right, let's get back to business. All right, so I will need y'all help a little bit real quick during the intro of this poem because it does involve affirmations.
Yes,
So
unmute yourselves in the beginning.
Huh?
I was telling everybody to unmute themselves.
Yes, y'all can unmute yourselves and repeat some of these affirmations with me if you can. If you're open to doing that before I start this piece. So repeat after me, guys. I am worthy of wealth.
I am worthy.
I am worthy of wealth.
I am worthy of health.
I am worthy.
I am worthy of health.
I love myself.
I love
I love myself.
I trust myself.
I trust
I
I
myself.
trust myself.
I trust myself.
I am enough.
I am
am
I am enough.
When things get rough,
when things
When
get
things
rough,
get
Things get rough.
I'm still enough.
I'm
still
still
enough.
I'm still enough.
Ashe. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Let's go into this piece. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Some have wealth in the form of riches, while others prefer wealth in the form of wishes. And I'm just here claiming my wealth in spirit, minding my business, hard hat and pickaxe, just minding my business, turning wishes into riches and riches into attitude switches. So don't be mad when I hit the switch and my attitude switches. And the only light you see is the flame from burning bridges. See, for me, there's nothing more liberating than releasing negativity. So tonight, I released 3 things that had me fucked up. Number 1, love from yesterday's newspaper. Daily news headlines of all the New York Times. I stood on a block of my blessings, hanging myself over a man that was blocking my blessings. They say love hurts, but sometimes it feels more like organs compressing, airways restricted, heartbeat convicted. I tried to speak in love languages, but the translation was restricted and the reciprocity was too limited. Claiming unconditional love, yet leaving me was easier than loving me. So the condition was that I had to be enough and never was. Or so I thought. You see, I had to be abandoned so that I could abandon everything I thought I had to be. And standing outside the window of solitude, I sang sweet serenades to find myself. And with the fire in my heart, I cut soul ties to close chapters that no longer serve me. Number 2, the troublesome twins, depression and anxiety, who love to play wicked games. And although they may not look alike, their malice feels the same. throwing my train of thought off its track with inhibitions, had to stand clear of closing doors and lost ambitions. Motivation wasn't enough because discipline was non-existent, both holding me back with their mental confliction. So I parented my thoughts and emotions. I colored them back into the lines, sat them at the children's table when it was time to dine, read them bedtime stories of a warrior queen that always survived, teaching them boundaries with self-love and patience. It's okay to not be okay, but it's time to step into healing situations because the wounds are now scars and the pain is just a distant sensation. Feelings felt so far that so far I haven't felt so far from feeling so sensational. And number 3, the insecurity ninja. I built a foster home to foster the syndrome of imposters, fueled its power with self-doubt and insecurities. I was blind to what y'all see in me. So I strolled to the rhythm of serenity, sat by the sea of sincerity, hoping to see what you see in me with more clarity, crying diamonds from the pressures of life while they reflect my light as far as the eye can see, drowning in jeweled waves of tears so that my tears could wave goodbye to the woman I used to be. I could finally say I was blind, but now I see. And not with my eyes, but with my seeds. See, everything I do is for the birth of their legacy. They're the mangoes in this lineage of poison ivy. Fun fact, poison ivy is related to mangoes, cashews, and pistachios. Google it. Now back to these affirmations of transformation. Setting the bar high like views from a bird's eye. The only limit to my light is the sky, and I see the feminine divine within me. I see my ancestors within me. I see the love within we. I see the unity within we. I see the we within me and the me within we. So repeat after me. I am worthy of wealth.
I am worthy of wealth.
Well,
I am worthy
I
of
am
wealth.
worthy of health.
I am worthy of health.
I love myself.
I love
I love
myself.
I love myself.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
I am enough.
I am
I am
enough.
I am enough.
And when shit gets rough,
When shit gets
Yeah.
rough,
When it gets rough,
still enough.
I'm still enough.
still enough.
Yes, I say thank
I
you
sure.
guys. Thank
Woo!
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Y'all give it up for the one and only Jay Rose, everybody.
Woo!
I don't have my clapping machine.
Oh, let me get my
Get your sound effect.
let me get my sound effect real quick. I'm gonna give myself a round of applause though. That's weird.
No, pretend I'm doing it.
All right. Let's make believe.
And so what if you're giving yourself a round of applause?
That's facts.
I love myself.
Yes. Nah, thank you though. I appreciate you guys. The love. Yeah, I appreciate y'all so much.
We love you, Jay.
I know I love y'all too.
I just love this whole I just love that whole I'm trying to get myself there I am.
There we go. I was like,
I just love that piece so much for so many reasons. There's just so many layers. It really is a work of art. It's just
thank you.
beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Beautiful. So now, my beautiful party people, now that we have the mic is nice and toasty, it's nice and warm for y'all, we're going to go ahead and get right into this heavy hitter lineup. We have so many great acts for you. We have a killer feature lined up for you. Let's keep it moving and grooving on this majestic Friday evening. Virtual Voices live from your living room. Leah B, the place to be, Jay Rose, because you already know. So we've got King, how do you say it? Kai. Okay, my bad. Remember, who was it? Corey Riots.
Oh my gosh, wait. Can we just talk about that real quick, right?
Yes, we can. I'm not very good at sometimes at reading names, right? So we had a very amazing artist who's come back several times since. I did not ruin it. His name is Corey Riots, and I introduced him a couple times as Corey Riots because in my head it was a Spanish last name. It wasn't Riots. So.
Yo, but wait, I haven't seen him on any platforms in a while, and I hosted for Voices in Power on Wednesday their IG live open mics, and he popped up, and I was like, yo, I was like, remember when Leah B used to call you?
Come on, Jay. You gotta call me out over here.
We're laughing about it. It was fun.
All right, but yes. This is why we asked. This is why we asked. So, King Kai, you are on double. You are on Diggity Deck. You are up next, King Kai. You are up next. But coming to bless the microphone right now, I need you guys to put your digital and your real palms together for James Tucker.
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hello.
Welcome. This is your first time here, right?
This is my first time here, yes.
Oh, we popping cherries.
And I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the honor of allowing me to come share some of my work.
How did you hear about us?
My cousin follows Jay Rose, and she said, hey, James, I know you published this book. Why don't you go do an open mic? And I thought, all right, I'll do it. I checked out your Facebook page. I really enjoyed some of the content that you had there, so I signed up just today.
Yo, that's lit.
You see, guys, the importance of networking.
Yo,
that's right.
So dope.
That's right.
All right, James.
So thank you for having me here. All right, so I'm going to start off with a poem called Public Enemy. It was written by a younger me, a high school version of me. And it goes like this. I'm a public enemy. Police come to my home with guns and knives trying to silence me, but I won't stop the rioting. I won't stop telling the truth about what you've done to me. You brought me straight out of Africa, where I had the update on technology like architecture. But nevertheless, you dragged me in chains to America. Land of the free. Beat me, raped me, made me a slave, and made me call you master. You have created an enemy, and you must pay the price for the actions of cruelty you have inflicted on me. Martin Luther King had a dream, and through me it will be seen. I will not fail, I will succeed, and let the name of the black race be redeemed. I don't have any bad intentions. I'm just trying to give people a real connection of what's been bottled up inside my people for many generations. We are tired of white oppression, daily tax collection, healthcare rejection, and making us seem like we're not part of this nation. People turn away from the truth today. They want to live in fantasy and fiction because to them, reality is not appealing. This life has robbed me of my dignity. Now I face a death penalty, and who wants to hear the words of a public enemy? So now fast forward. There's a man on stage, Commander-in-Chief, and he shares these words. There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and a Latino America and an Asian America. There is the United States of America. And with that comes this poem called I Too I'm American. I too am American. Man, woman, human. I am no venomous serpent whereby keeping neck bound keeps you safe. How large is your frustration to carry hate so great? A veil of ignorance so thick, you want to beat me with a stick? Shoot me with a gun. Insult with a pun. Enslave, shun, oppress, suppress. What a heavy conflict to carry, to know that no matter what you do, you still see your humanness in me. Is that why you are angry? You don't want to let the truth be. To know that this mind, our minds, speaks and articulates, strives and achieves greatness, beauty, while some falling prey to similar ignorance, identical hate, because the truth is, we are not so different. We are the interwoven tapestry and variety of humanity, all together earthling. Truth is truth, whether you acknowledge it or not. To embrace it is freedom. Cut the cables of labels. Freedom to love and to care, to connect, grow, and share, to shed the mirage of fear, to have the depth of satisfaction that liberates hair, blood, bones to mind. Be happy. Be peaceful. Be liberated. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for James.
That was beautiful.
Those were incredible pieces, man.
Yeah,
Amazing.
very powerful.
Listen, getting quoted up in here by
You
Mama
mentioned-
Gons.
You mentioned you had a book. Did you want to plug that or anything else?
Yes. My book is called The Moon Rises with Light. You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and you can search on Amazon by my name, James Teichi, and you'll find it there.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
James, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes,
for being
and if you
here.
want to stick around, we'll do a round 2 lightning round. We'd love to hear another piece.
Okay.
Absolutely. That was amazing. Thus far, we've had nothing but all the emotional waves. We're just riding all the emotional waves thus far. We're going to keep riding the roller coasters and the waves and anything else that fluctuates in space. So moving on, we're going to keep it moving and grooving. We've got Lady G, a returning contender. She is on Diggity Deck. You are up next, Lady G. But coming to bless the microphone right now, I need you guys to give it up for the one, the only King Khan. Woo!
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, unmute yourself. Yay, let's go.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Not me nervous. Okay. My mind and body is a living embodiment of art. Tune into my story. This is Christmas Miracle. I made a wish 12 years ago on Christmas that maybe next Christmas could be different, that maybe next Christmas could have more Christmas spirit, more of the steam, colored, force-fed to enjoy time with family, no quality, but I've grown content with losing my bearings, just to feel comfortable in the field of non-quarantined emotions, alcohol becoming the elixir and the mysterious walks becoming sanctuary for the spell to kick in, chanting Edis Fairy and whispers, leaving the end result messy but intriguing. Knowing I won't be fine, I'll be what they always see. The playful black sheep that never shivers at cold stares. I've been innate to play dates, filling in the role of cousin or brother or nephew, but my blood be so thin I feel transparent. Almost like my contents be watered down, rinsed, cleansed of any connection, repeatedly making my memories dried out raisins where it looks like I'm praised, and I don't get tired of sipping. Liquid courage, taking shots to be the back of the dome until Hana makes sense, makes me, I know oxymoron, the Beck's toxin to code and lies that lean me, but keeps me floating. I'm just hoping that Christmas brings more talking, less drinking, less hiding, more therapy. It's suffocating. knowing faces keep aging, but the agony of wearing a mask rests in the wrinkles that once had stress, lingering in the dips of their eyes. I'm tired of feeling addicted to holidays, for sport of smiles. Like Black Friday be a joke of the last time. I'm thankful for living. But if I keep giving but if I keep giving, maybe the gift they'll receive is love. I'll keep praying in the name of my Lord and Savior, that one day my Christmas mornings will be blessed with the Christmas spirit. But without me in the pedestal, the lies I've been fed keep crumbling, leaving debris in my intestines, waiting to be digested. But my mother, she would give me this blanket. It was a vitamin that destabilizes early onset ignorance, decay, which was inevitable. The way I'm so hard-headed, finding myself slithered into grown folks' business. Maybe next Christmas can be a big break from humanity. Bring a break from translucent reminders that troubled days don't just pass, they cling onto your shoulders, speak into the maze of my eyes, sneaking past the membrane into the base cramped in the skeleton, built to be dense enough to stop dark memories from entering, but it doesn't walk. And calmly, it drills in depression while swarming all openings, filling me with delusions, intoxicated off illusions, has me cruising for a bruising in the arms of family. But lately, I think we found the time to bring up benevolence. Discussing the holes filled by elephants, we opened up the graves, leaving my voice crucified in a journey of rekindling the embers of the Christmas spirit. So maybe next Christmas can carry a miracle, as if the Wiz blessed me with the way back home during the winter wonderland storm, blowing me into a place far from home where I was someone else, imagining myself where nobody knows me. Thank you.
Yo,
Woo!
go off, poet. The metaphors were insane, brother.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Kai, do you have another one for us?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to. You
Yeah.
don't have to. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
We have it's whatever you want to do. We also have a lightning round. Don't feel pressured.
I got you. I can do a quick improv. Here we go.
Okay.
They say the rain is probably the most beautiful thing to ever exist. Reason being is they remind me of you. See how your eyes be the downpour of shallow rains. I mean, you carry over precipitation that don't just drown me in situations. I mean, you drown me in spiritual freedom. I hold you like you're my anchor in the sea of lost memories. I only want to find you. Bringing me peace. I mean, you mesmerize me with scriptures like hieroglyphs, painting pictures in my membrane to remember that every time I'm with you, I find ceremonial peace. Maybe this be matrimony. Maybe my soul has finally found my twin flame and we are marrying like we were once whole. I mean, I would say you feel this hole in me, but you helped me feel the hole on my own until I plastered new thoughts of freedom. Finding myself lost in your life, I mean, lost in your eyes, because you map out everything with the constellations that your body originates, your hand being the beginning of the Little Dipper, while you smooth through Orion's belt, me holding you until you are higher than the Big Dipper. I mean, more filled than any star constellation. Maybe if I was Sagittarius, I would shoot you from the clouds and have you lay your love into me, speak into me. I mean, you are more beautiful than the rain. And I could picture all the beautiful things about how nature masks you. I mean, you mask nature because you are God. I mean, you are Goddess. So everything after you would just be a beautiful reflection of you. Thank you.
Woo! Awesome. I see you, poet. I see you, poet.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fire, bro.
Sheesh.
Fire.
Probably say.
Kai, do you
Yes.
have anything to plug for us?
Honestly, no. If you could just follow my Instagram and enjoy the stuff I post, I'm happy with that.
Done.
Say less. In the
Say
words
less,
of
man.
my 7-year-old, say less, mom. Say less.
Phoenix be talking the truth. Let's give it up one more time for King Kai, everybody.
Yes, that was
Thank
great.
you for blessing us, Kai. That was absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I hope you guys all are able to stick around for round 2. I would love to hear additional pieces from everybody. From everybody and their mother and their daughter, maybe even their dog, whoever wants to bless this stage this evening, this majestic, enchanting Friday evening that you guys chose to spend along our virtual sides. We love you. We appreciate you. We're going to keep it moving and grooving. So we've got the lone wolf himself on Diggity Deck, a returning contender. Has been with us since day one, and well, I'll get into that later. But without further ado, this is an absolutely amazing poet that Jay introduced me to at the last show, and she just blew my mind. I need you guys to please put your digital, your virtual, your real, your hands, your toes, your anything in between together for the one, the only Lady G.
Yes!
Thank you.
Yes!
Thank you very much. Sometimes I like to write poem covers for songs. So this one is for Money, Power, Respect. Our children keep asking how we grew up. What you need in life, money, power, respect. That mentality stuck with us in that exact order. It's the key to life, money, power, respect. Ha! The money occupied their hands during the graveyard shift, while dead presidents got their dollars worth, digging holes for us to fall into. Sacrificial offerings to gain power at the altar, money, power, respect. When they burned their blessings, fire immediately sealed their fate. The respect went out the window. That's why we still knock on doors to get permission to make things right. That was the first piece.
Ooh, that ending. Ending.
Thank you.
That last line.
True.
Thank you. So this one, nightmares haunt us living in the flesh. Hell roars behind our eyes because the fire is buried deeply into our roots. Revolutionary tales amuse the ones that have the key to heaven. They chose to get rid of the original one because they know copies can still unlock their way out of here. We stand for the people, but we also fall for them too. We may seem the same, yet our blood has been washed with their sins. Blood may not show on their hands, but the evidence has evolved its way through our skin. We do not recognize ourselves. Wake up. You are the key. Be free. Thank you. Is there time for one more?
Yes, girl. Yes.
Thank you. All right. So this one's called Third Degree Burns. Am I not human enough for you? How real does my situation have to be for you to actually feel me? Oftentimes I forget, fake is the new real now. Even ventriloquists smile while hiding behind their dummies, expecting them to speak the truth they know they could never reveal if their lips should ever part. Maybe I've just fallen through the cracks because I'm witnessing a world I don't remember being born into. Hybrid foods, polluted planet, media parenting our children. No wonder why our millennials have no words left to say. Lower frequencies are controlling the way they flow in life. Millennials, I see you though. Engraving your nonverbal communication, communicating history with each painful experience, one tattoo at a time. Taking tons of naked pictures, bearing your temple for your children's children, hoping their third eye will grasp the knowledge you'll leave behind. Thank you.
Yo,
Woo!
that was fire. That ventriloquist line. That ventriloquist line.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang. I'm just gonna just shoot it up right quick.
Crazy.
Lady
Yes.
G,
Thank
Lady
you.
G, we love you. We appreciate you. That was absolutely beautiful, as always, as expected. Do you have
Yes.
anything you need to plug for us, girlfriend?
Thank you so much. I love y'all too. And just follow me on Instagram, please, at Words by Lady G. Thank you.
Yes, all
Yes,
the snaps,
great.
all the snaps. We
Great,
love
great,
when
great,
we love when our cherry poppers become frequent flyers. We love it.
Yes, we love that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, indeed. You guys are just killing me with the long, with the short, with the in between.
Right?
This is exactly what I needed tonight. Tonight and all nights. It has been brought to my attention. PSA, this is breaking news. It has been brought to my attention that it's National Poetry Month.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, you poets, but I forget all the time
I
because
forget too sometimes.
every
you know.
month is National Poetry Month for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But for the rest of the nation and the globe and whomever celebrates, it is National Poetry Month. So shout out to all the poets. Shout out to
Yes.
anybody who writes anything. Truthfully,
Right.
you are a poet. If you write it, you're a poet. That's it. So you're a part of the family. And on this familial evening, we're gonna keep it moving and grooving and growing and knowing and flowing. Let's keep it going. So we've got Die Young on Diggity Deck. You are up next, Die Young. But coming to bless the microphone right now, started as one of our frequent flyer virtual voices peoples, and recently has been popping out now that we're coming outside. Has been popping out. I know Jay's got a chance to meet him. I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He's hit up both of our open mics because he's the truth. He's a real one. I need you guys to put your hands together. He also has a new photography page, but I'll let him plug that later.
yes, yes.
Put your hands together for the Lone Wolf.
Yay! Welcome.
Hello. What's up? How's everybody doing? So,
Good, brother. Good.
my name is Michael Isaiah Cruz. I go by Lone Wolf. I'm a Brooklyn-born, Bronx-based Boricua poet. Damn, talk about the alliteration. Sheesh.
Why have I not written that in a poem yet? Sorry, continue.
Because it hasn't been written yet, but it will be. But that's the story. That's a talk for another day. So I'm gonna jump into an old poem, and then I'm gonna jump into a new poem that kind of feeds off the energy of the last poem, the first poem. This is a poem called "The Storm," which some have heard, some have not. But you know what? I can't do it at New Rican when I go, so why the hell not? There are times in life, storms are inevitable. How you deal with it is a matter of perception. You may have a bit of shock or a bit of terror. My life has been through a share of storms. It gets hard to navigate and maneuver at times. Strength, power, and courage are all necessary. The storm clouds stick with me just like a shadow, existing only to remind me of how bad things are. Whenever that happens, my tears flow like a river. If I try to close the floodgates, it's super difficult as the water will still leak out from behind them. Yet I have to open them up to release all of this pain. This anchor is so heavy and too hard to manage. Like Jesus and his cross, it is a burden I must carry. My perception of the man I am will never change. Alone in an ocean, trying my best to stay afloat, being sucked down into this cold and empty void. Trapped inside my own hell, the sunken place. In this hell I scream, and yet nobody will hear me. Stuck in a conscious state, but unable to fully react. In a brawl that is impossible for me to overcome. Faith in myself is just decreasing with every minute. Both my eyes and my body will start to get heavy. All the lights around me fade out as I fall asleep. Surrounded by darkness, I search for his light. It's hard to find, but in time, I'll get to talk to him. I ask him if I could ever make it out of this hell. You have the willpower to beat it if it's a desire. You are my son, and I do believe in who you are. You just have to be able to prove it to yourself. I just don't feel like I'm strong enough, Father. The drive to push past my drama is not there. Is there any way for me to see my true potential? At that moment, he taps me lightly upon my chest. Instantly, I knew what he was trying to tell me all along, that the willpower I need is in there laying dormant. Sitting there, I patiently wait for the pain to end. The clouds part, and bright sunlight reemerges. My eyes scan the sky while I look for my sign. In a break in the clouds, my rainbow can be seen. Within this series of events, I've restored my own faith, because I know I have gotten through the worst part. Patience is key to overcoming obstacles in life. Be still and allow the bad things to wash over you. There will always be a good reason for one to smile. No matter what type of pain you have to carry, it's important to remember this small key detail. The storms will end and the sun will come back. Do I have time for this other one? Yes, no, baby.
Yes, you do. You do. You didn't even give me a second to process that whole beautiful glass poem.
I know.
You've heard that before.
I know, but I heard it before. I want to hear it again. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with the next one.
This next one is called Spectrum. Kind of like feeding off the ending of that one. Darkness ends, and then authentic happiness will appear. Extended among the sky like a person with arms open. It is super diverse, but it is my very own symbol of hope. Red, for love. If I had to get into all those I loved, I could write a book. The list would go from my closest friends to my family. However, love is still an emotion that hits me the hardest. Orange, for warmth. This part is all about the warmth within a person's soul. I am so warm from the inside all the way to the outside. If you have met me in person, you know all about this. Yellow, for happiness. My happiness derives from creativity and the bonds I form. All those who inspire me to grind no matter the obstacle. It is the one and only reason I can be this optimistic person. Green, for jealousy. The jealousy part does exist, but I lose track of it at times. It is the part which can directly cause me to act irrationally. This is why it's usually under strict rules kept inside the cell. Blue, for sorrow. If it wasn't for sorrow, I could not call myself a human. The ability to be truly emotional in that way is essential. In rare occasions, I open up the gates and let the tears flow. Purple, for hope. The last color is one of my most powerful ones. Hope. It is my shield that keeps my anxiety and fears at bay. If you're now wondering what the sword is, it is my pen. Even though the range of the spectrum can be so different, the rainbow is seen as a combination of the many colors. At the end of the day, it is still so super beautiful to see in nature. And that's the piece.
Woo! Okay, poet. I see you, poet.
Love the new shit, Lone Wolf.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Beautiful.
The old shit, the new shit, all the shit, as always. We appreciate you, Sir Michael. Do you want to plug something?
I have a new photography page, which I've been at New Yorican with consistently. Destiny just started it last month, and she was like, "I trust you enough for you to take the pictures." So yes, it's Moonlight Photos _7, and that kind of like parallels the whole wolf aspect.
I love that.
Yes,
love
you
the
guys
name.
make sure you follow all of the pages, the Lone Wolf.
Both
the
of them
Lone
are
Wolf
tagged.
Filters.
So on the photography one, my main one is tagged, and on the poetry page, the photography page is tagged.
Very good. That's how you do it.
That's exactly how you do it. Thank you, Lone Wolf.
Of
We
course.
appreciate you. Thank you for
Of
being
course.
here as always. It has been, like I said previously, an emotional roller coaster of events, of content. Thank you guys all for being here, for spending this evening with us. We're going to keep it moving and grooving and flowing and growing. We've got our guy, the great Sigma, on Diggity Deck. You are up next, Sir Balin, but coming to bless the microphone right now. I need you all to put your digital and real hands together for the one, the only returning contender, Diane.
Thank you, Leah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, J Rose. Hey, J Rose. Thank you. You guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay.
You sound
All right.
great.
Well, not only is it National Poetry Month, but it's also National Autism Awareness Month. And the next piece I'm gonna do is on autism. But the first piece I wanted to do is something that I found very important. And one thing about my pen is that it's never scared to touch on subjects that most wouldn't dare or know how to. See, I don't just want to write for recreation anymore. I want to write with a purpose, and hope in the process I get to touch lives. Because a lot of men suffer from depression, have mental health issues, chemical dependencies, and it all stems from what many call toxic masculinity, in which showing emotions makes you a, for lack of a better word, bitch. We are taught since childhood that big boys don't cry. We are told to man up, not show heartache or pain because that's weak. We hide insecurity, we hide fear, we hide feelings because showing them makes us, for lack of a better word, pussy. We cover them with anger and aggression because that's the only emotion acceptable in a man's world. And I know a lot of men, especially from our neighborhoods, suffer from this, but will never admit it. So this piece I'm gonna get into is basically touching on that. Man up, motherfucker. Because a real nigga's supposed to be unfoldable. So why you in your feelings, getting all fucking emotional? That's what bitches do. And from what you told me, there ain't no bitch in you. But I get it. Your real ain't really real. It's conditional. Because it looks to me like you're beginning to give yourself permission to switch into a little fucking girl out here. You want the world out here to see you as weak. You want everybody in the street to clown you when they speak. You want the critique of you to be a fragile, soft-ass nigga? Or do you want the respect and recognition of a boss-ass nigga? Then get a rag and wipe them feelings off, my nigga. Put your heart in a freezer till it's covered with frost, my nigga. Because when you playing this game called life, a loss is sometimes just what it costs, my nigga. Pour that pain in a cup of liquor, my nigga. Roll that sorrow up in a swisher, my nigga. Instead of bitter, let that shit make you bigger, my nigga. Gotta eat that shit like dinner, my nigga. Don't let me catch you up on IG or Twitter crying a river, my nigga. That's some hoe shit. And I tell you this on some bro shit. Start acting like a bitch, I'm not gonna condone it. In fact, I'm gonna expose it. Sit back and watch niggas take your manhood and revoke it. Chill, bro. I was just having a moment. That shit had me sicker than COVID. But I follow code probably better than the man who wrote it. I'm a fucking gangster, and you know it. Nigga, then show it. Because right now you're looking like a bitch that's overloaded, struggling to control it. Like you took your dick off and sold it. Now you no longer can withhold it. I want you to disclose it. Nah, bro. It's just that the people I believe that are loyal and devoted always end up doing me worse than my opponents. You should extend your condolence to my heart, because today was its burial. And this new one I got made from all different material. Feelings been deported like they all came from Mexico. Heart so cold you think I stole it from an Eskimo. But I got a question, bro. Let me know, yes or no. The only pain we entertain is champagne. Am I right? And fuck catching feelings. We only catch flights. See, now you talking facts. The week they collapse, but relax. We continue this tomorrow. I'm about to smoke some Zaza and make me get higher than all the mountains in Colorado. See, I'm smiling, knowing that I'm lying and trying to hide that deep down inside I'm really dying, denying I be crying because I want them all to think that I'm complying, abiding by these principles where you gotta act like your heart is invincible. But truthfully, my reality is that I'm miserable because this world is cynical And I've learned not to give my heart to individuals because they be hypocritical. Sometimes I wish I was invisible because I don't want the guys to ever see these tears in my eyes. Because what it would imply is that I got a vagina between my thighs. And that will be the demise of my disguise because they'll realize that I've been telling lies. Because honestly, what I really feel coincides with everything a man is supposed to despise. The opposite of how we're taught to thrive and survive. I'm terrified. One day they'll recognize that I symbolize everything they stigmatize as feminine. Because I relate to feeling sentiment more than I do adrenaline. And instead of the warrior specimen, I'd rather be genuine and embrace the regiment of a gentleman. But in their eyes, I lack testosterone and got too much estrogen. I suffer from a mental disorder and need medicine. And since my fear of my peers is so severe, it got me traumatized of being scrutinized and possibly even ostracized. So my emotions, I internalize, choose to never verbalize. And depression is what starts to fertilize. Because the expression will only certify every stereotype that my subconscious already has personalized and heavily commercialized through music and film. It's no wonder so many men feel overwhelmed. Can't show sweetness or meekness. Gotta be strong and prestigious. Gotta provide, gotta protect, so there's no room for weakness. Anxieties start to sweep us. Fear and pain become secrets. And we always feel incompleteness, but getting help is beneath us. Once life starts to defeat us and we feel like nothing can redeem us, that's when we feel like the world don't need us. And it's time for Jesus to see us. 3 out of 4 suicides is male. So if you're blind, I'ma write it in Braille. Depression, anxiety, emotional disorders, and mental health problems in men is real.
There was a lot. There was a lot to that. Power to you for tapping into that.
Thank you.
That was fire.
Yeah.
So necessary.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, actually got like a inspiration from that. You know what I'm saying? Like to touch on that because with you know, everything that was going on with you know, with Will Smith and you know the memes about him crying and with what's his name? Tyrese.
Yeah,
and then with Kanye and everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, every time a man shows his emotions, he gets clowned.
Right.
Makes us want to be cold, you know.
That regiment line, embrace
that.
that
Regimen the regimen of a gentleman. That was a you
that
have
was
bad bars.
I don't want to embrace the warrior specimen, you know.
Yeah, make sure you check that private group chat because everybody was
they were like that private chat was on fire. Diane, is there anything you want to plug or promote?
Just my Instagram page. It's Die Young BX. That's DIEYOUNG BX. I'm also going to be starting a YouTube page pretty soon with video content, poetry video content. So as soon as that up, you'll be notified through my IG. So
yes, please
follow
let
me.
us know.
I got more material. I'm working on new material every day, and you know, I want to continue to do this and continue to prosper.
There we go. We here for it. Thank you.
The truth. Yes, indeed. We always love to have you, Die Young. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your truth.
And I'll see you in Inspire Word pretty soon, Leah.
Oh, yeah, you will. Yes. Yeah, you will. Yeah, let's talk. I'm gonna be back first week in May. I think we got NYC Voices first Thursday. I don't know the date. The first Thursday in May.
You started a new one in Brooklyn too, right?
Yes, I did. That one is the next one for that one's gonna be May 16th. For anybody who doesn't know, you follow me at Leah B Speaks. I'll be posting all that and then some. You know, just trying to extend the Inspired Words grip a little bit. So that's what we're doing. That's what we doing. All right, Die Young, that was absolutely phenomenal as per usual. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. We have our featured performer coming up soon so all those who are here for Sir Curly Headed Ninny, you make sure you sit back, go pop your popcorn, whatever you need. He'll be up in a little bit. But before that, I need everybody to put their hands together for another person who's been with us since day one. Somebody near and dear to Jay and I for sure. The one and only magician poet to ever exist. Copyright Lone Wolf. Copyright Lone Wolf. I need you guys to put your hands together for the one, the only, the great Sigma.
Yay!
Let's go,
Oh,
let's go,
yeah, we
let's
got
go.
magic tonight.
Hey, everybody. Hey,
Hi.
can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
perfect.
Oh, excellent. Okay, all right. My laptop is on the downhill run, so we'll see how many more of these it can take. Hey, yeah, so I brought a little bit of magic with me tonight. So usually, you know, I am a Victorianist and I like my antiques, but I also like my collectibles, and I've got a little bit of nostalgia, a lot of nostalgia growing up in the 90s, I think. That's most of us. So I built a new magic kit, and we're going to do a few things out of that today and probably next time too. I'll get to this in a minute. But I want to celebrate my favorite little guy. This is my alien. Do you know where these guys come from? I don't know where they originate from, but where they come from is they poop.
Oh.
They just pop off.
What?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you just have to give them a little bit of space to grow.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I collect these, so I could actually do this with here. Let's get the one off this guy. I got one over here, so I'm just gonna pull that off. I got this one. Boop. And then you just gotta give them a little bit of space.
What?
And they start to grow.
What?
Where did you get so many?
Here, I'll tell you what. We're actually going to use these guys. We just need one of them. I'll put these other gentlemen up here. There we go. We just need one. And I'll keep him there for now. And we're going to use him. He's going to disappear. He's going to go somewhere in here. I need someone to help me out.
My magician friend.
I have a deck of cards, and they're all different. I know my camera's oversaturated because it's a built-in camera. But hopefully you can see they're all different. And I'm just going to go down like this, and someone say when to stop.
Stop.
There? Okay. All right. Now you could have stopped me on the 7 of hearts. You stopped me on this card here. You could have actually stopped me on the Ace of Spades. It's actually a Nintendo Ace of Spades. How fun is that?
Ooh.
But you stopped me on this card here, and I told you our friend was going to help us out. There he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the Great Sigma. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of magic tonight, and I will be back round 2 for what's probably 2/3 of a work in progress poem. But I want to.
Woo! It's the one and only magician poet.
The world's only magician poet. Yes. And I didn't have your banner up because it was going to get in the way of your magic. So please, guys, tap into the Great Sigma on Insta. Yes, yes.
You know, Balin, 2 of your favorite fans. My mom's in the background over here whistling, and Tim is in the comments. So you know, you got the fans in the building.
Yes.
So.
Tell Bob we said what's up.
Oh yeah, I will.
How's Bob doing?
Bob is his bunny rabbit.
He's doing a lot better. He hurt his foot a while back, but he's back to his regular rabbit shenanigans. Yeah, he's all good.
Yay. We love Bob. All right, so let's keep it flowing. We've got our featured performer on Diggity Deck about to come and bless us. Yo, y'all don't even know. Listen, y'all need to share this stream. Let people know because
share it now.
I see. All right. So, but before we do that, I'm gonna bring up Miss. Look at her. What is she doing? Is she ready? My partner in creative crimes, sister from another Mr. Leah V in the place to be, co-hostess with the mostest sisters, Majestics. Please give it up.
You're throwing in all the words.
Please give it up for my girl, Leah V.
Let's go, Leah.
Hey y'all. So you know, I haven't written anything I hadn't written anything new in so long. And I did like kind of like scrawl this together on a late night when I wasn't feeling too great a little while ago. So this is some, you know, new shit. So new shit.
New shit.
All right, there's no title for this. It's really just some thoughts about this month. For those who don't know, I lost my father to COVID in April of 2020. So this month is very significant for me, and I wrote this. There's no title yet. Sometimes I feel I can't sit in my skin. It eats at me from the inside out, keeps me awake and exhausted. Who I am and my physical anatomy, this long-legged body of mine and myself, we haven't agreed on anything in a long time. This isn't to say I'm unhappy with this vessel that cradles me. I feel blessed and elegant, clumsy and confident. However, it doesn't agree with me. Torturous, to be honest. It pokes at me after hours, giggles at my self-infliction, and reminds me continuously of COVID and the long unprocessed loss of my father, the familial dysfunction that's followed, the disconnect of my aspects. It feeds me escapism, liquor and the reddest of wines, binge shows and endless smoke. It hasn't allowed me peace in so long. I feel serenity in moments, and I hold on to them as I hold my breath. I pull that bliss into my bones, and despite my deep grasp, they slip through. But the recollection allows gratitude without bounds. My surroundings allow gratitude without sounds of haunted soliloquies, but those will come later. The knowledge of April's eventual trauma punt is enough to keep any person crawled up in a ball, enough to keep any adult shelled under a seemingly glorious body. It could be worse. It could always be worse. It could not metaphorically eat at me with disease. It could growl with sonic starvation. It could quite literally break. Good Bones, Maggie Smith titled. You could make this place beautiful. What responsibility? What weight? I hate hearing my millennial whining just as much as you, but I am stuck in this skin and it doesn't always agree with me. Am I allowed this pain? There's an off switch hidden that I don't dare discuss. My mother's voice is enough to erase any hesitation on continuation. She brought me into this world and she hadn't known what it would do, but we remained together. My brother's arms are enough to elongate my resilience, beyond explanation. Aitza's whispers walk me through any tribulation. My aunt's eyes ring throughout all doubt. I see them as I sprout. I know I will sustain. I know this bitch of a body won't always buckle with my brain. I have to believe in all of the parts of me. Even when they can't agree, even when they heckle me, even when it belts and bleeds, even when it heaves and schemes, even when it seems to hate me. I love you, Vessel, and I know you love me. I love you, Leah V. So please, let's breathe. Let's ease. Let me be. Let me be. Let me free. Let me leave. Let me keep. Let me breathe. Let's breathe. Let's be. Please. Let's be. Please. Thank you.
Woo. You over here giving me chills, girl.
Woo.
Mm.
That was emotional.
Yeah.
I would just like to pat myself on the back before anything else and say that it's the shortest poem that I've written in 6 years.
Yeah. I knew that ass was gonna say something. We got a record timing poem from my girl.
Record timing, yes.
But you packed a lot of punch in that, so
you know that was written late at night. And isn't it always? And I was having a hard night. I couldn't.
When the good ones are created.
For sure. Thank you for allowing me to, just like spit on a mic right quick. But I think we need to move on. I think we need to keep it flowing and growing and continue to be knowing. And you all will know this next poet. You will remember him. I think he astounded both Jay and I when we initially met him. He came on the scene like blow, 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 just hitting up all the events, killing it. I know he's featured with us. He's featured with Inspired Word. He's been out there. He's at New Eurekan. He's at the Rose Garden events. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. He's also a very dope flyer designer, graphic designer, whatever you call that.
Freezing up, guys.
And no, you're good. You're good.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're good. But yes, he's very talented in all the ways. He's very talented in all the ways. He's a great graphic designer. He's an even better poet. I need you all to please welcome tonight's feature to the stage. He's also on the virtual stage for the very first time. Please put your real, your palms, your digitals together.
What?
The one, the only Christian. Woo!
Yo, thank you, Leah. Thank you, J Rose. I don't even know what to say to that. That was like one of the best introductions I've ever had. Shout out to all the poets before me. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm in the proper space to be sharing space with you guys. Y'all brought some heat tonight.
We ready?
Yeah. So, Leah, first of all, to you though, thank you for sharing that vulnerability and condolences on it being a year. So
thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's. I guess we're gonna get into this. This first one's called Pink. And just like that, I was swept away, not by her use of prose or fancy vernacular, although quite exceptional, rather by the grace in which she holds me. By the. Excuse me. This first time. It's got me a little bit flustered after running with you.
Run it back.
I'm running back. My bad. And just like that, I was swept away, not by her use of prose or fancy vernacular, although quite exceptional, rather by the grace in which she holds me, by the time in which we cherish, by the simple fact that her lips alone allow me to know what the color of her favorite frosting tastes like. Pink. To which, of course, only a perfectly procured painting could depict such a visually prodigious and profoundly passionate evening. However, it is not the canvas that captures my gaze, although quite irresistible. It is the breath in her silence, the texture in her touch, the words in which we do not use that unequivocally quenches my quest for an inexplicable connection. Thus, I can't help but whisk her off her feet and into another unexpected frenzy, because that's what she does to me, what she must do to all the boys. With her flutters of falling flickers of freedom and the phenomenal sensations of sensuality that seep out of every orifice in our bodies. My God, how I've gone mad over such titillations to which my tongue twists these terms in a taxing attempt to articulate the fantasy that is our fairy tale. And that's that one. Yeah, that was the little show. Thank you. I don't know what happened to kick it off there. I guess I got stage fright. But let's see. All right, so I like to kick things off with a love and peace usually. But we all got our demons, and I've definitely taken advantage of other people's trust before. So this one's called Loved You Better. I wish I would have loved you better. I wish that I would have never lied to you, tried to hide the truth, especially after chance number 2, where you let me in, shared me with friends, believed I wouldn't do this shit again. But lo and behold, wouldn't you know, went right back to being an asshole. Taking for granted a beautiful soul, shattering the heart that made me whole, giving up everything just so I could feel like I'm at the top of the totem pole. As you watch me crash and burn, asking how I could be so absurd, wondering what it would take for me to open my mind and finally learn how to treat a woman with respect, which is what you deserve in the end. Not someone who's gonna go out of their way to make you a victim of all of their mess, make you a casualty of a train wreck, make you the saddest that you've ever been. Not even upset, just disappointed that you put your faith in anything I said, that you open your home with open arms, that you shared pieces with me others harmed, that you introduced me to your whole family just so they could see how deep of a scar I would leave on their little girl, the only one willing to give the world to someone like me, the same human being who took advantage of such a remarkable queen. That's that one.
Oh, that's all of my feelings now.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I had some processing to do with that one. But thank you. That one's called Loved You Better. By the way, this is super dope, this platform that y'all are using. You know, I've used Zoom and other things, but like this is really cool how you be doing this.
I know. I wasn't kidding. I said the best virtual open mic in the game. I wasn't kidding.
Yeah, this is super dope. And by the way, Leah and Jay Rose, they be not only are they dope hosts, but they be doing their thing on the mic out in the real world too. They some of the dopest hustlers I know. So I'm just grateful to be on this platform with y'all.
Oh, thank you.
So while I represent Manhattan, I do have a piece for that one. I've got another one that's a follow-up to Loved You Better. So before I get into the piece about Manhattan, I'm gonna do this No Longer Welcome, which was a follow-up to Loved You Better. I'm no longer welcome, which certainly hurts. I know I fucked up in no amount of words can fix what I did. So ignorant to how you must have felt when you saw all those pics. Cause I'm self-absorbed. My ego was soaring so fucking high. I failed to realize how my actions would come to impact you. Feeling blindsided like somebody slapped you out of nowhere. Like I never cared for all of the nights the two of us shared. Like all the nights the two of us shared. Yeah, y'all got me. Y'all got me. Y'all got me. Y'all got me tonight.
You got this.
I'm no longer welcome, which certainly hurts. I know I fucked up in no amount of words can fix what I did. So ignorant to how you must have felt when you saw all those pics. Because I'm self-absorbed, my ego was soaring so fucking high, I failed to realize how my actions would come to impact you. Feeling blindsided like somebody slapped you out of nowhere, like I never cared for all of the moments the two of us shared. Night after night, holding you tight, waking up to the best thing in my life. But now that you're gone, all I got is a song reminding me of the pain that I caused. Feeling ashamed for the heart that I crossed, hoping to earn back the trust that I lost. But let's be frank, that ship is sank. I know you'll never look at me the same, which truly sucks because I'm going nuts, wondering if I'll ever know how to love another human quite like you when I already know they won't fill your shoes. But it's worth a shot to ask for forgiveness. So maybe, just maybe, we could start to rebuild our friendship. That's that one. So thank you for bearing with me. It's a little odd, the virtual sense opposed to being out in the real world.
It's different.
I think that's what fucks
It's
with
different.
me.
It's different.
So yeah. All right, I'm about to do this piece about called Mother Manhattan. Also, if anybody wants, these are hoodies I sell on my website, Curly Head and Ninny Muggins hoodies. Because
I gotta go cop mine.
Me and Jay Rose, we got them curls. We gotta
know what I'm saying.
So anyway, yep. So I don't know how much time you're looking for me to do, by the way.
Go ahead, you keep going.
You got plenty of time, boo-boo.
Cool. Word. This is dope. And all right, so I'm gonna hop into it. What is it about Manhattan that attracts me to her? Is it the way she doesn't mind me calling her home? How she is quick to give me direction, to give me guidance and grace, but also courage. The courage to be my own person while cherishing the help that I receive from strangers on street corners. The humility to embrace an unfamiliar face and smile at those who may be less fortunate. The confidence to mingle with musicians you've never met prior to meandering about the maze that is a metropolitan masterpiece. Or could it simply be her towering gaze, her seductive frame, how she calls me out at night to play amongst all the misfits, misunderstood, and misrepresented artists of today? How she shouts my name while waiting for me to catch the train, or lights up the block so I don't feel so afraid of being alone in the city full of opportunity. Bombarded by beggars and broken dreams, fame and get rich quick schemes. A jungle made out of concrete but built atop the backs of the fragile and the meek. The ones willing to do the dirty work so you can keep your hands clean. The same ones strong enough to admit that they're weak. Pour their hearts out on stages like these, where we are embraced by inspired words and New Eurekan families. From Washington Heights to Houston Street, up at the lower west to east and everything in between is what I breathe. Because while I am bred from the beaches of Charlestown, it is the beauty of Broadway that brings me barreling back into the arms of such an industrious island, where palm trees are made from skyscrapers, sand out of sheets of snow, and country grammar is replaced with non-rotic narratives about your mother, Manhattan.
Woo! Oh, you got Mama Gon's stamp of approval on that. She said, "I like that one."
Oh, thank you. I'm glad I got Mama Gon's approval on that one. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, I see something. Cash App Queen Virgin or something on there. I don't know if something is that yours.
Oh, we have the wrong Cash App, Jay.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah. They're both, yeah.
What the hell?
Yes, I don't know if that's been up there for a minute.
I got you.
Difficulty.
It's all good.
Sorry.
Yeah, Venmo, Cash App, it's all the same. It's all that same tag.
Curly-headed ninny.
Yeah. Believe me, if there's tips, that'd be great.
Hell yeah.
Not, whatever. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. What about? I'm gonna actually share two pieces. Actually, yeah, I'll share two pieces I've never even actually ever shared before.
Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah, so I was in some dark places when I shared these, and these are really short pieces. The first one's called The Swarm. I'm in need of a new world, as this one has become stale. It is old and rigid, well beyond its expiration. Flies swarm as time decays, claiming to be friend or foe, neither of which serves as a proper title for the parasites they truly are, formed from the larvae atop the trash they feed on, the garbage they regurgitate, the excrement which spews from the toxic orifice that is their suckhole. Yet somehow, rainbows and stardust continue to beam from their shitbox. That's it.
Woo! Not the shitbox though.
Yes.
Yeah. I honestly don't even remember when I wrote that. I forget. That was 2019 or something. Another one's called Suffocated. And this was like even more down in the dumps.
Well, bad for the heart, good for the art.
Word.
Yep. Suffocated. The feeling I have on a daily basis as my thoughts challenge those within their vicinity, not for a mere fight, but to help expand their perspective. Yet my mind and body stand idly by, refraining from the trap that is ridicule. For my tongue shall be lashed if I dare open my mouth with what my heart is attempting to convey. A mistake that any household rat and I are far too familiar with. Thus we adapt, not by will, but because we must, in order to preserve our sanity and salvage what is left of our soul. The outcome? Survive or suffocate. That's that one.
Ooh, heavy.
Thank you. I know a lot of the other poets been coming with like them long diatribes, like who was at the beginning? I forgot my brother King Cow.
King Kai.
Yeah, King Kai. Yo, that like you went off on that. And so I got a lot of these little pieces. So all right, let's see what else we got. What else we rocking with? Let me think. Hindsight run away. I guess I can get a little. Let's see. All right, we'll do Runaway. I wish I should have run away with you. Instead, I ran away from you. Like a train off its tracks, unhinged, I turned my back, out of control, spiraling, your side of me frightening, this side of me you finally see, this monster I'm ashamed to be. And to think, you once loved this creature, for all my loco motives and imperfected features, my flaws and disasters, a derailing chapter of life where you only mattered, but gave it all up to be a fucking rapper? When you're the one I should have chased after. A dream I can't unshatter, but hope to one day claim a new fate and wash away the pain as we simply run away. That's that one.
Oh, short and heavy. Short and heavy. Wow, you've been wearing headphones this whole time. You can't even see.
Oh,
I know. I was like, where did those come from?
All that curly headed and Nini.
All that damn hair of mine. Yeah. Hey, but y'all can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, you sound great.
You sound great.
All right, cool.
Do you have one more piece to share with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can get back to round two. Thank you guys for letting me do this, man. And y'all got to get out to Brooklyn Art Cave and the Inspired Words that Leah's hosting and all that. Shout out to your performances at the Triad too, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
No doubt.
So much support in this feature. Damn.
Hey man, y'all give it to me. You got to reciprocate the love back. Yeah. All right. So we'll close out on this. It's called Hindsight. Everything's so calculated. We don't know how to appreciate this thing called life or live in the moment because we're too concerned with what to be posting on the internet because we cannot accept the whole world not knowing we exist. So we click, and click, searching for another perfect pic to keep the feed full of fake friends fed with all of our ridiculous nonsense, trying to find a person that we've been, but too afraid to look within. So we keep chasing motivation with daily quotations because we can't ever seem to meet everybody else's expectations of who they think we should be, projecting their insecurities onto every single individual within the vicinity as they lash out like a little child or a Billy Bronco going wild because they can't quite understand how happiness comes from a smile or just the little things in life, like how we choose to spend our time with our family and our friends before it all comes to an end. But I guess that's just the hindsight after leaving a horrible year behind. So here's to our past and hoping that it taught us how to have an open mind. Thank you guys. Thank you, Rose Garden.
Give it up for Christian.
Thank you so much. Pleasure Trans Baseball, yeah. Looking forward to who else is rocking, by the way.
I so appreciate you ending on such a positive note, you know? Yes. My poetry is so depressing sometimes. I try to pride myself on that, but that was beautiful. That was beautiful. All of it was beautiful. Yes. You guys give it up one time for the one time.
Yes. Christian, is there anything that you want to promote or plug?
Just my hoodies, man. If y'all want them, they're on my site, curlyheadedninny muggins, curlyheadedninny.com. That's about it. You can catch me around the scene, with these guys. Brooklyn Arcade.
He's out there. He's out there.
These usual suspects.
Yeah. Nuyorican, Nuyorican, definitely get out there. They got hybrid. They're doing mad things out there. And J Rose also hosts Voices in Power. So get out there as well. If you go out, get out to Philly, they're gonna come here. There's so much happening, yo. There's just so much. I don't even know what to plug. Just
he's like, I'm gonna be everywhere.
Everywhere. Just tap in, yo. Just tap in.
Everybody put Christian on Find My Friends right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for blessing us. Yes, we appreciate you. We love having you as part of the scene. I think that one of the most beautiful things about the New York City, and I'm just specifying New York City because we're talking about live poets, because we're talking about Christian, but one of the beautiful things about the New York City underground poetry scene, underground only because nobody's bought it above ground because mainstream sucks. But one of the most beautiful things, as I started to say 3 times prior, is that you know, you find a community, and a lot of the times we often start off alone. I know that Jay Rose started off alone. I know that I started off alone. We was out there in the cut years ago, just like, I guess I'll read this poem, and you grow and you, dead ass,
Yes.
because you know Mike Geffner will be the first person to tell you about how awful I was the first few times. But all that to say, you know, it's a beautiful thing, and I think that Jay and I are seasoned in that realm, and it's to come back from this pandemic that we are still in. You know, everybody's treading carefully, but to come back from it and to be able to build these relationships from these virtual shows and from these live shows, and to quite literally, you know, you see that small community. It really does feel like a small community. You see it expand, and you start seeing the same people at events, and you start developing relationships, and then next thing you know, you have a space and you have a place, and isn't that what we all want, right? You know, it's definitely saved me more times than I can count. So I appreciate you, Christian, for being here. I appreciate you, Jay Rose, for being Jay Ropra, and I appreciate everybody who's here spitting, and everybody who spat, and all those in between, all those audience members. All right,
shameless plug. I have a shameless plug. If you want to know more about Christian, you can head over to therosegardenevents.com and check out his we did like an online interview of him, and he has a page featured on the website.
So sorry for not even mentioning that. Like,
it's okay. You've been mentioning it all. You've been mentioning it like all the time. But like,
thank you for that.
No problem. If you guys want to know more about him, you know, he's a featured Blooming Talent of the Month. We're doing that every month. So if anyone's interested in being featured, you can head over to that page and submit a form for review. So yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it. Thank you, Christian. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. We've got a few people who've, you know, snuck in, tapped in while watching the broadcast. Before we get into round two, we're gonna bring these folks, these fine poet folks, onto the stage. We've got our guy Will Allen on Diggity Deck. You are up next, Will. I haven't seen you in so long, but with you know, I'm not gonna try to pronounce this. Is it, how do you pronounce
I got this. This is, for me, it's exciting to introduce this next artist, this next poet, because I have known him for a very long time. He is somebody that was featuring for me and performing at my events when I first started. This is like before the Rose Garden events was even the Rose Garden events. This is when I was just like testing this shit out and seeing how this works. And this man, you know, used to come through all the time. And this is like, he's who I would call a day one, like a super duper day one. Like,
day one,
like a superstar. Yeah, so I love when people from that era, you know, that are still out here doing the damn thing, come through to, like, you know, share their art, because it makes me really excited. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Naquel, the poet, to come to the stage. Why you look surprised? Like I wasn't talking about you.
He said, "Who, me?
I can't hear you. Hold on.
Welcome, Naquel.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Peace and blessings. Peace and love.
Hello.
Good. All right. Wow, that was so humbling. Yeah, it's really a dope thing when we reconnect. It's all love, and it's nice to see the growth. Always. So this is a beautiful space. I love the energy. I love the vibe. Obviously, hats off to Leah and Jay Rose for such hard work, such like serious consistency to make this what it is. Actually, first, let me also just salute and big up the other poets that did their thing. Feature was really dope. Love the content. I was making some notes. That first one, yeah, really hit me. I like the conversation about love and chemistry. I like the second one as well, where you talked about treating women right. Very reflective, self-reflective pieces, and that's what's up. So I actually just had a short poem to share that I wrote, inspired by an event that took place at home, and it's pretty short. I'm not used to sharing short pieces like this.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll memorize a 3-minute poem. That's what I'm used to. So here we go. This piece here, it's called Mood to Cook. Mood to Cook. All right, no, Cynthia. No matter how me stir it, the curry nah come out right. Me just get dark and tight. Start beat the silver pot with the silver spoon. A quick clot once or twice, using all of my might. Nearly dent the glass stovetop throughout the entire house. A loud crack, shaking kitchen walls and through the halls. But the smallest of them all, who wasn't very far, watched on with fear, saw the eruption of my mayhem, the chaos I cooked up, unaware my pain is passing on, because daddy is in a mood. My hope now is that my wife and son don't taste it in the food.
Ooh. Ooh, that ending. Ooh.
God, Naquel.
Oh, Naquel, Mama Gon's like that one.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yo.
Listen,
Yeah.
can you share another one with us?
Yeah, I can. Let me pull one from the catalog here. Okay.
The archives. Let's go.
Yeah.
The ending on that was dope. And thank you for the love, by the way.
You're very welcome, sir, and thank you as well. I wanted to write more vulnerable and personal pieces about things that I was going through that mattered a lot to me, and it forced me to look in the mirror at who I was becoming, who I am, and that impact on those around me. So it was not something easy to share. Actually, it wasn't too hard to share. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's the space.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But it was a challenge. It was a challenge to really write and get it out. But it was healthy. It was really healthy to actually put that down, because so often things like this happen, and it just kind of stays inside. Not everything we write. We're poets and we go through things. We don't write everything. But this, thankfully, I did, and I'm glad that I shared it.
Thank you.
All right, so let me see. No, one more. Okay. So because J. Rose mentioned us coming together, me featuring, one of the first places that I featured for her was that Martin Luther King Jr. event that
I'll never forget that show.
That was a blast.
Yes.
I gotta remember how it starts. Give me a second.
Hey man, it's all good,
Got it. Although we hold these truths to be self-evident, it is evident not all men are created equal in the minds of many. Therefore, it's our right, it's our duty to pen poems that remind them of the trends they establish, the generations they tarnish, and the carnage they leave in the wake of their splendor. Have we forgotten or too afraid to remember? Dr. King mentioned police brutality 2 times in his speech, but the heat from black skin seeking bullets still set fire when they speak or pull it against the content of our character. From every holster in America, they will drop dope dealing mugshots to plot against the memory of our fallen. We go to bed dreaming of hope and wake up to hell every morning, still mourning in the wilderness of unrighteousness. So, yes, I have a dream that one day white won't be right and black won't mean whack, no matter how many times they try to whack and mold our self-esteem into submission forever. So when we pop up to be down with everyone else, we just some uppity niggas out of place, out his face. Because of a race, I'm losing something I had no choosing in. So when they sing my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Didn't you see the punches, pushes, shouts at those rallies for democracy knocked out by racism? Listen, I'm a M80s baby. My pride is bursting to the sky, but I still get denied. I still feel deprived. Frederick Douglass said, hey, what to a slave is the 4th of July? Tell me, was he lying? Because the question remains now. What has really changed now? We are still digging graves and using their last names, fighting in their new Vietnam against Saddam and Assad. And you want to tell me it ain't hard in Aleppo or the Congo? I wanted to keep these thoughts to myself and let nobody know, but where is the progress in that? When voiceless get trapped like the Somalians or the Yemenis, forced to eat a breakfast of US milk and honey nut cluster bombs, banned by treaties of greedy men believing in civilized warfare and whatever that means, as long as their pockets and the seams swell like New Orleans bodies in the streets of Ferguson, all for more war machine dollars and change we still hope for. So you poets have a role to play. Some of y'all seem too ashamed to say that you too dream of a day when little white boys and little black girls that rock Afro picks will frolic in different parts of town because our 6-year-old children are still choosing white dolls over brown. I can still hear the sound. She said, Daddy, it's ugly. But I had to tell her, it's okay if we separate because we can rebuild Black Wall Streets and we don't need an African burial ground to do so. Just let your melanin glow. I'm going to stop right there. It's a long piece.
Let that melanin glow. That was fire. That was fire.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Oh my
Appreciate
God.
it.
Yes,
Thank
the
you.
love was
Wow,
out
that was
there.
beautiful.
Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Naqual. You have anything you want to promote or plug that you have going on?
Yeah, actually, I have a little podcast called the Pod Poets Lounge podcast. I created this with the inspiration to bring poets together to play, have
Yes,
fun,
it's
and
so much
showcase their
fun.
talent.
Yes.
Jay Rose, when she talks about day ones, that podcast started first episode with her. Okay, her and a good friend of mine, Furious Lord, came through with 110% support. The enthusiasm, the love, the energy, yo, it was exactly it was mad dope. It was the start that I needed, and the momentum has continued. So it really set the tone. And I feature usually 2 to 3 poets on the podcast where they're playing games that I've created, and
so
they're
fun.
interviewed and they share their art. You can listen to it on any streaming platform right now, Spotify and all the others. It's hosted though at Podbean. The website is the podpoetslounge.carrd.com. virtualvoices.co. So you can check it out there. Some merch is going to be coming back out. I pulled them to redesign and revamp, but that was something that we launched.
Rebranding.
Yeah, you live, you learn, and you adjust. So that's going to be coming back out, and be promoting, and folks can check that out. But I also, real quick, I want to big up Lone Wolf, Will Allen. Shout out to you as well. I think Lone Wolf may have left, but he was another feature on the show. Dope brother, amazing.
Oh,
Yep.
dope. Yes. Well, thank you, Naquel.
Yeah, that's it.
I appreciate you pulling
Of course. Of course.
It's always a pleasure.
Definitely.
I don't want to get emotional, but just thank you. It's you taking me back.
Oh, you are welcome. You're welcome, man.
For Jay and I always get a little emotional at one point or the other on this show. That's just the grand effect of Virtual Voices. For those just tuning in, for those who've dissociated in the recent past, you are with Virtual Voices on this enchanting Friday evening. Leah V in the place to be, and Jay Rose, because you already know. We thank you for tuning in this evening. We appreciate you fine folks. Mama Gons just came through and blessed me with this little chocolate thing.
Ooh, snacks. Let's go.
Just like I just everybody loves going to their mom's house, right? Everybody loves going to their mom's house because you go to your mom's house and you're just.
I hope I'll be that mom when I get older, because I'm gonna be like, what y'all doing here?
It's okay, Jay. I'm the fun aunt. It's okay.
Don't worry.
All right.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yes.
What we got? We got Blue Flames on deck.
Yes.
And Will Allen. Talk about another day one. Bring it back. Beginning of Virtual Voices. Will Allen coming to bless the mic.
Hey, Will. Hey.
Hey, how y'all been?
Yes, with the bonnet. I love it.
The bonnet and the poetic boy DT.
Yes,
I see you with the support.
Why you didn't tell me? I would have put my shirt on too. We could have been twins.
He said it's Friday night. I'm feeling right.
I need a shirt because I'm about to go on on the platform. I definitely need to put a shirt on. That's important.
What? Nah, dude, take it off. let's get it with him.
No. Christian, you're confusing Virtual Voices for the hotline, okay?
Oh, my bad. You right.
Sunday,
You know what I'm saying?
All right, Will, come bless us, Will.
Yes.
Try. So I've literally been trying to edit this piece while I was here. I started it an hour ago. So we don't new shit, yeah, it's very incomplete shit. So it might sound different in 2 days, but today it sounds whatever.
Let's get it.
Sure. As a kid, watching superhero movies, sometimes I would side with the villain. Who the fuck decided what was right and wrong anyway? I thought the laws did that. I thought the Lord did that. But what if the one that created both are the same person? Is that person God or a hero? Because God and the hero are not synonymous. God wouldn't let that black woman bleed out in her bed like that, or let kinfolk perish under the same roof his name resides under. I thought God was my nigga. I should have known better when I found out heaven was white. Fuck my black ass looking like wearing a white gown. The only thing white I own are Air Force Ones. The God y'all created is not my hero. Being one never stopped y'all from killing us anyway. Just look at Superman. He was feared not because of his power. It's because they could not control him. If man cannot control God, then they just make one that they can. Lex Luthor is proof that with enough privilege, you can battle against beings that are otherworldly, then call yourself the savior after shooting God down with kryptonite bullets. Being a king doesn't save you either. Yes, make sport of capturing the Black King. After, they celebrate your death like a hero. Just ask Martin. And if you survive, then you're just Jacob Blake. Name stopped trending just as fast as it started because they don't put the face of a black man on a t-shirt who lives through their death sentence. Y'all see how they treated Falcon. Save the world he couldn't afford to live in. He'll never get what he's owed. While this country continues to kill our Iron Men and leave more Black Widows. So even if you live life as a villain, you'll never survive long enough to see yourself be the hero of this story. So fuck it. If being a villain in this story means I have to burn this heroic society down, then you can call me Martin, Rosa, Harriet. They were all villains anyway. If this heroic society can say all men are created equal but forget the women and those that don't identify as either, then y'all can keep it. Y'all society once said owning slaves is legal, and those that freedom was evil. Heroism sounds a lot like oppression. Sounds like rewritten history. It's a lot easier to hide behind bad intentions under good ideals, so don't wonder why we riot. Don't question if we're the villains in this story, because if you ask me, we sure as hell are. That's the draft, guys. I'm done.
Draft? What? Draft?
Not a draft. No, sir.
Will came through with the bonnet. He said, "Oh, it's just a little something."
I had to test it out, see how it sounds.
You came through, spat some hot fire heat. Thank you, Will.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're doing good.
Yo.
So, you know me always. I might see you in person at the end of this month.
Who? Which one of us?
You.
She's hosting.
Oh, me?
Yeah. I'm coming outside.
You coming outside?
Once you know.
I love it when y'all come outside. It makes me so happy.
So
I love
you
seeing y'all.
hitting Brooklyn Art Cave. I might have to bless it, you know.
Yeah, you got to come to Brooklyn Art Cave.
Let's drag her outside.
Honestly, I am ashamed to say that I have not been there yet. So.
Yeah.
Ashamed. Shame. Okay.
Listen,
Well,
but you're doing your thing, and I get it. Like, it's hard for me to like, a lot of times if I'm not featuring, it's hard for me to like come out and like, you know, pull up to other events because
you got kids.
And I would be out 4 nights a week and shit. Like, it's just crazy.
No, it's
the other night I was like parked in front of the spot hosting an IG live, and then finished the IG live and walked into my feature. Like, it was crazy.
There it is. We hosting, we producing, we doing all the things.
Yes.
Thank you, Will. Thank you,
Will. Will, you got anything you want to plug?
Nah, you know I don't do that. I'm just here for y'all. Y'all doing great. Appreciate y'all.
You. Follow him. He's amazing.
Yes, follow our guy Will. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving and flowing and growing. It's looking like we've snap. Okay, so we're gonna have Blue Flames the Poet come to the stage. J Rose is on Diggity Deck, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into this lightning round. Thank you guys all for being here with us tonight on this majestic evening, this majestic end of week evening. Y'all give it up for Blue Flames.
Let's go.
Blue Flames, where you at? Are you there? Hello?
He was. Blue, you just muted yourself?
Potty break, maybe?
The potty break. Okay.
Well,
right. No? All right, cool. Maybe he stepped off for a moment.
All right.
No biggie.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and have he must be having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we could do all right, so we'll go back from the top. Take from the top.
No, we're gonna have Jay spit something.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know Jay, right? You know Jay Rose?
Yeah.
Who that?
You know that girl, Jay? So, all right. I need you guys. I'm not going to do the long-winded intro and embarrass her.
No, please be.
I embarrass her once a week. That's enough. I need you guys to put your hands together for my favorite lady, J Rose.
Thank you.
Be short and sweet.
How are y'all? Y'all good? Y'all chilling?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the performers that blessed the stage. Y'all killing it. I'm going to read this piece for y'all. I actually have not read this piece in a long time, so this is like old new shit right now.
Old new shit.
Old new shit. And this piece is titled "The Fallen." Even angels fall from the sky like stars, shedding tears on the forgettable, sitting alone at the end of a bar taking shots of liquid courage. Angels, the guardians of our free will, ready to give up on us, wondering how we could be so foolish, reading between the lines of scriptures as if we were dyslexic, misinterpreting the true message that there's only one God. This God has no gender. It has no one holy land because it resides within each and every one of us. We are home. We are deities, given the divine gift to make this world a better place, but our knowledge of self is clouded by commandments and laws that men wrote in big books to compensate for their little strengths. Religion is a word of camouflage used to conceal a more controlling agenda. We are cultivated to be God-fearing, but why should we be afraid of ourselves? Fear only brews hatred, oppression, and hypocrisy. Our sons left with the decisions that relocate them from their institutionalized communities to institutions of corrections, accepting the stigma of criminal worth crucifying, ignoring that they've always been pious kings, only to search behind bars for the gods already in them. Our daughters selling flesh so their children won't starve, mascara running marathons down their faces of perfection as they look for love in all the wrong places, laying under knives and colorful palettes for renovated bodies and faces, too self-absorbed in their insecurities to praise the reverend queens within themselves. Even angels fear that God will neglect them, but we can't let our deviances stress them. Let us pray that our negligence doesn't turn our souls into prey, that the guardians never stray despite our immoral array. Let us pray that our ancestors' drums begin to beat once more in our chests, and with the force of a phoenix rising from the ashes of our past, we return, stepping through the smoke, leaving burned footprints to let them know that gods walk this earth. And that's my piece.
Ooh.
Talk that, Queen. Woo!
Talk that shit, Jay. Talk that shit.
Where are you hiding that?
Balin said, "Where's that been?"
That's when you know you've been to enough virtual voices.
Balin's checking his notes from the last 2 years. Like, I don't remember this one. That's how you know, though. That's how you know. That was fire. That was fire. One of my favorite things, Jay, is like you have such a distinct way of performing. It's like you know when it's J Rose speaking, J Rose content. You know what I mean? Like you just like you hear that transformation.
Thank you.
But you know, I'm obsessed with you, so whatever.
I love you.
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Jay. We're gonna go ahead, keep it moving and grooving on this.
Let's take it from the top of the list.
Yes, from the tippity top. Let's see who's in the building this evening.
Excuse me, ladies. Do you mind if I peace out?
Oh no, you're good.
I got some laundry and stuff to do. So
you know, most of the time people just leave. So thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to give some love to you guys again.
Thank you, Kristen. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thank
love
you.
you more.
Put up one more time. Everybody say good night to our feature performer, Christian.
Thank you. Hey, also, if anybody needs a flyer, I forgot you did plug something. A flyer design, you can hit me up too.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The graphics. Let's go.
Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good night.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian.
Yes.
All right.
That was very polite. That was very.
He's amazing. Never have we received so much praise.
Right. It's amazing. Like I love that. I can appreciate that.
For real. Okay. So it's looking like, let's see here.
We got King Kai in the building, Lady G.
Yes. So let's start off with Lady G. You are on Diggity Deck. You are up next, Lady G, becoming a blessing microphone right now. I would say one time for the one time, but it's two time for the one time. You guys put your hands together for the returning contender, King Kai.
Yay!
Oh snap! I'm glad to be here. Oh, this is fun. I think I'm gonna switch. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, you
Okay.
sound fine.
Okay. Have you been asked, will you be my Valentine? How do I do it? Like, I'm not balling, but I'm trying to show off that I'm an all-star. I heard dudes my age either got good dick or are wealthy. Last time I checked, I'm broken because of dick, but I'm also broke too, so I guess I got good dick. But if yes, I like to ask you to suck on your juices in private. Unwrap you with gropes, pack you with kisses, showing the gift of I in your presence. Let's make let's present a movie for this experience. Sorry. Being gentle. Fuck it. Will you be my Valentine? Turn V-Day to D-Day, and we celebrate the whole week like it's Kwanzaa, lighting candles every day like a honeymoon. I'm ready to spin this cardio workout on you, running through your verses to be buried in their literary clutches. Fuck me with your metaphors. I want to lose myself in your androgynous soliloquies. Have my tongue be the chill down your spine, the goosebumps to your R.L. Stein. Let me swim to the ends of you. Feel me deep inside you. The only room I need is a space to breathe when I need air to eat out your dreams. Turning your body over like a spatula before I put my meat between your buns. Let me rekindle your memory like deja vu. Have you reliving me over and over, fucking me like it has already happened, but this experience is lucid. Dreams splattered on your walls. This will be a caveman's V-Day, painting stories that you'll never forget. I'll have you play with your pussy for me. For us, for the trust that the thought of me makes more than your heart bursts. What's worse than leaving your lady hanging out for the sheets when she has uncontrollable urges? So as I rub from the tip down the shaft in front of you, shucking corn on video, I'll gift you food porn. Waiting to release my cookie crisp milk surprise all over you at the end of our Valentine's Day excursion. Maybe we'll end up on a small date, walking through the park with a moonlit dinner at the end of the path. But to begin on the right knee, I might need you to drop to your knees and get to blowing me like a whistle. Howling me out like glass for snitching on your tactics to unite our states and moans your nipples, the first location I battle on this new continent. I want to suck out your melanin like a white man sucks privilege from the air, leaving reminders all around where the treasure lies. So while I'm stroking you, look me in the eyes as we feel your pussy squirting, stroking, season. I won't forget to choke you as your moans become our sign of approval. Sealing with a wet signature, we embroidering the sheets, the floor, and everything in between heaven and hell. My beanstalk. To fetch a pail of your water from your well, eventually I'll come all over your hills until your realm learns why flooding follows the sounds of Jill. So I pop the pill to keep me afloat, filling you all the way up, drinking you in a big boat. Having my hands on your butt, I'm obviously trying to fuck. That comes in second. When I think of your nut, your orgasm, your infinite spasm, I think it's time to explode in this flashbang because the last thing I will want is to give you flashbacks. But enough with that. Would you like to be my Valentine? Thank you.
Woo!
Suddenly very, very hot in here. It's just very hot. It's just, I don't know what's going on with the weather. Something's happening.
He got spicy. Yes.
Spicy indeed. Thank you, King. We see you.
Ooh. Listen.
I don't know if you popped into Jay's hotline, but you need to.
He's a regular contender up in there.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Listen. Oof. All right. He woke us up. All right. We up.
All right. Let's get since Blue Flames is back, let's get him on deck. And Blue Flames, you up next. But come in and bless the microphone right meow. Put your hands together. The returning contender, the one, the only, Lady D.
Yay! King Kai, the Scorpio approves, by the way.
Hey!
All right, so this one is, lately I've been shedding tears that aren't my own. welling up into my eyes at the same pace as the waves of misfortune weighs on their hearts. The balance is off. We seem to be standing on the wrong side of the scale. We all know what happens if we fall. We lose to the world. There's no coming back from that. They told me to relay this message loud and clear. Be still. Listen within so they may guide you back to yourself. We've been numbering our days. Meanwhile, they've been counting on us. Thank you.
Woo! You just like hit us with those zingers at the end every time. Every time.
Yo, always. Thank you so much, Lady G. And Lady G got a feature coming up pretty soon. So, stay tapped in. She's going to be pulling up.
Hey, we love to see it. We love to hear it. Jay, I'm a little concocted. You let me know who's on
I don't
deck.
know what I did. I know
we got Blue Flames.
You said, oh yeah, Blue Flames is up next, and Die Young is on deck.
Welcome, Blue Flames. Hello, my friends.
What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing? I know I'm coming in at the tail end of this thing, but you know me, I'm always gonna show up for this every
We
time.
always love to see you no matter what.
Yeah, pull up.
All right. So I got a piece called Beeline. So I'm gonna get to it. I'll make a beeline for anything that's fiction in sight. I'll make a beeline for fantasy with the action in mind. I'll make a beeline for the button, put it all on rewind. But first I gotta step back and recline. What's the next transition now? I guess I'm writing as I go along, the script for me to pen this song. The out of the box to harness poems, the way my stride is intact, so that the lyricism takes form. Call it form fitting, it's the skin on my blank pages, speaking on outrages and joyous occasions, and I got the drop on them. It's the backseat turnout, gotta get the driver's seat to steer the curves for I burn out. I have the road to carry out everything I see. Let these wings take me up to spot my bird's eye dream. Let me soar through the skies with the sun in my reach. Let me live like I'm immortal, till my mortal kicks in. Preach. I want to feel that my ideas are bulletproof, speeding around maneuvers that the standards try to put me through. Unlock every chest to see my plans in motion. Motion capture in these paintings of the lively annotations. Take the clay and then mold this into something great. Fish out of water is brand new to the infinite brain. Born for greatness in the slightest of these margins. Given every obstacle, about to bust right out the barriers. What's in the noggin of my nappy head? With a little scruff and little beard game going? I'm just playing. I swear, if I can scale these buildings, I'll see the heights and the scope of my 3P. On the low though, I had to laugh it off. I must be crazy to even think that I can measure up to that level of success. And yet, utilize my own. I don't have to be a superstar. Lay that to rest. I'm just a parody at best, right? I'm gonna wreck it, break it down and let it go off the top. So I'm about to call the plays. I'll have my 5 behind me. One piece of tech, one chemist, one enthusiast, one sharp edge, and one of plasma studies, and all a comic relief. Any damage I can fix it, but it doesn't take one. It takes a group effort. From the unlikely team up to the circle of life that breeds us. City's about to be destroyed. So we'll bring the fight elsewhere. I wish that happened sooner. I can hope that this is later, but wait. Is this a Super Bowl ad that I'm in a promo for hire? Hold up, bro. While I'm on my own, I set this track on fire. I'll make a beeline for anything that's fiction in sight. I'll make a beeline for fantasy with the action in mind. I'll make a beeline for the button, put it all on rewind. But first, I gotta step back and redefine.
Mm.
Woo! Yes, Blue Flames, you are coming in with a heavy-hitting rhyming
Always.
skills.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Always with the subliminal messaging, always with the rhymes. You gotta listen close when you're listening to Blue Flames. Thank
Facts.
you, thank you, thank you. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yes, check me out, Blue Flames the Poet 24 on Instagram. And if you just so happen to see me on Clubhouse, because I've been doing a lot of that lately, and I have a post on my page for that. So when you see that, follow that. And check out all the links in my bio for everything that I do with poetry and vlogging, especially my YouTube channel.
Awesome. Thank you.
You got it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We said yes in unison. It was
I know
cute.
we playing.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so it's looking like I think we've got the Great Sigma on deck, but coming to bless the microphone right now, returning to the stage. He hit us with the bar after bar on the male mental health before. Let's see what he's got now. Put your hands together for the one, the only Diane.
Yay!
Thank you, Leah. Like I said, it's not only International Poetry Month, but it's also Autism Awareness Month. So this piece right here is for I wrote for my daughter, just saying how awesome she is. My daughter has an aura. One word to describe it is awesome. Every day I fall in love, like the leaves from the trees in autumn. To lie or be fake, my daughter doesn't have the ability. So she is one person who I can always be certain and never question her authenticity. My daughter plays a starring role in my life, a part she got without an audition. I've always been wise with all three of my eyes, but her life has given me more vision. My daughter is self-driven and usually moves on autopilot. That's why no matter the day or no matter the climate, I try to do things to make her happy and excited. My daughter is carefree, and some may consider her audacious. But to me, she's courageous and doesn't live in society's cages or suffer from the same psychological diseases that plague us. My daughter may be nonverbal, but that doesn't mean she's not audible. And when it comes to her wants and her needs, nothing is unattainable or unaffordable. My daughter doesn't need an audience. She finds pleasure in autonomy, moves off curiosity, and does everything with honesty. My daughter is not materialistic, holds no negative characteristics. My daughter is awesome, and my daughter is autistic.
Woo! Oh my God. I love that play on words. That was touching.
I got time for one more?
Yeah, I mean, we have one more performer after Great Sigma, right. So go ahead.
So this one is Leah, you actually inspired me to do this one because I just buried my mother on February 28th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I my condolences to you. I could relate to the loss of a parent. So this one I wrote in honor of my mother. Her name was Grace, and I basically broke down each letter of her name. The G signifies your generosity. You were always good-natured and gleaming with a giving spirit. You were also a grandmother whose love for your grandchildren bared no limits. The R signifies that even when times were rigorous, you showed resilience and your righteousness roared. It also signifies that you raised 4 children whose wants and needs were never ignored. The A signifies how admirable it was that you sometimes sacrificed your own aspirations to accommodate the ambitions and achievements of your family, and that you were an aunt whose nieces and nephews loved you substantially. The C signifies that you always show courage and compassion, no matter the challenges or complications, finding ways to comfort everyone and camouflage the pain in your conversations. The E signifies the enormous and everlasting impact you left behind, even in your eldest friends and extended family members, hearts and minds. Grace, my mama.
That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. I'm trying not to get emotional right now. That was so beautiful. The piece about your daughter, the piece about your mom, even the fact that I inspired you to say that or anything like that. Thank you. I appreciate you. That was so beautiful. The alliteration was on point. You know I'm a big alliteration fan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna sign off and everything, but thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank
Hope
you.
I see you soon. Some of the live events, I'll be there.
Yeah, come on down.
Yes, we'll see you. We'll see you. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best. It's looking like we've got Naquel on Diggity Deck, but coming to bless the microphone right now, the one, the only, the magician poet. He said something about 2/3 done or something or other. But let's all give it up for a big round of virtual applause for the one, the only, the great Sigma.
Yay!
Hey guys, this is a bit of a work in progress, so I'm gonna bring it back next month too. Hopefully, I've cleaned it up. Yeah, very new.
New shit.
It's just pestilence incarnate. The world is a broken promise, and I feel I'm to be swallowed by it, enveloped in damp darkness, caged by the fangs of a beast, a tormentor conjured from the foulness in men's hearts to discuss the fear and the anxiety, the litany of wrongs that engorges this beast feels like complaining about being alive. Who am I? Who am I to talk when others are impaled on its teeth? Who am I to speak when others are trampled underfoot and clawed under talon? Surely this pestilence incarnate is equally capable of causing madness as it is crushing bone. What will happen first? Shall my sanity be scorched away by its lungs full of flame, or will it devour me whole like it has so many others? What justice is there in running for my own life when the lives of so many others have been expunged? Is it possible to fight such a monstrosity born of apathy, raised on the intrepid conquest built into the history of our species? What time have I to reconcile the tangled, knotted mess of historical events and social structures that has led me here, breathing, when others are no more? But alas, someone must cut the rope before we're all hanged. Someone must take weapon from wound and turn it to tool in hand. A simple statement, yet still I am bleeding. Perhaps this is the condition we are all damned to. A perverse choice to struggle less and do it alone, or to struggle more and do it together. Together, humankind has unleashed monsters of immorality, eons of apathy, titans of war and wrath. Together, humans have waged war, enslaved masses, plundered empires, polluted oceans, and ravaged species. Surely together, we can feed the starved, we can cure the sick, we can suffer through without suffering a fool. Certainly, together, we can construct a cage to contain the kaiju that comes from curated carnage, the pestilence incarnate that trudges through hospital halls and bloodied battlefields will be held at bay by chains of linked minds and keys held in connected hearts. Thank you.
Woo! Mama Don's really like that one, Balin.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
I don't
glad.
know what happened. I was trying to type "Let's go poet" and that something happened.
That was amazing, Balin. That was amazing.
Sorry. That was beautiful. I was like, yo, that alliteration you was dropping was like,
and that last line,
carnage and yo,
that last line was just beautiful.
I think I wrote the last 4 lines in the middle of all of this today. So this this is like fresh out of the oven. So thank you. I'm glad you guys
Yeah, we
liked
love to hear it. We love
That's
to
why
hear
it's
it.
fire. Yes,
you.
yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. It's looking like we've got a couple more folks on deck. We've got Blue Flames on Diggity Diggity Deck. That's double diggity. You are not double diggity, just diggity. You are on deck, Blue Flames. But coming to bless the microphone once more for the 1 time, for the 2 time. Y'all put your virtual, your digital, your real palms together for the 1, the only Naquel.
Yay! We don't hear you.
Yo, somebody's tasing your computer. What's going on?
I know he's probably like, I don't want to wake up the baby. I already know. I already know. Now it looks like Blair Witch Project. Let's try it. Try it again.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. You sound far.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. My apologies.
You good?
Had to put on the headset. It's a short piece here. They will tease you for preferring Afro man and kids to kings, as if you committed a sin for wanting something more related to your offspring. Your smiling children sing Nigerian hymns like ah ah. They don't know Bino and Fino go to Mama house for that special scoop of pure wisdom and lovely. They are not family, but we respect them just the same. That's it.
Woo! Powerful.
Yes. I got a 1-2 for you. Bop bop.
Thank
I
y'all.
can appreciate those pieces. Thank you.
No doubt. Sigma, that was, I didn't get to speak, but that piece had me like enwrapped. Beautiful, man. There was a lot of philosophy in there. I would love to talk about it, but this is not the time, man. But
hey, yeah.
Wow.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Add him on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Sure.
Bring him onto
Don't be
the
a stranger.
show. Have him on the show.
Oh my God, that would be a great show
Yes.
to have Balin on.
That would be that would be dope.
Yes.
All right, let's keep it going. We got very special video to show y'all as our closing performance. But coming to bless the mic one more time is none other than one of our day ones as well, from back in the day. Please give it up for Blue Flames, the poet. Yay!
All right. So my next piece is called Running Joke. The mighty 8. 2 rings of commitment when married to the life that there's only one to have. It ain't something to grab. It's something to cherish. You can you could try to smooth out the surface, but there's always a blemish. Magnificent 7, the omniscient of heaven. With the plans in motion, for we know it's in motion. The world is flooded with emotions from the heat of the truth. Once revealed, there's got to be a way of calling a truce. Sinister 6, the mark of the beast 3 times depicted in the fiery pit. quick to disguise lies as the truth, leaving people thinking that the horrible actions are justified till death pays a visit. Too late to walk it back. Every serpent has their day to corrupt innocence. Furious 5. Create merchandise, revive a franchise. How about the fact that teens in Central Park were accused for rape crimes, assault charges, and more? Keep them locked in the system for several years to reach an adulthood, but when proven not guilty, they reach out to the hood and further expansion for the greater good. The Fantastic Four, first family of marvelous supers. A pop star music group, sometimes more members. Or how about this? My family. Yes, it's 5, included our beloved Twix. But I'm talking humans of 4. The best people I can have, even when times are difficult. Triple threat. The Holy Trinity is meant for love, prayer, and forgiveness. So instead, we do have the Holy Trinity, including the character Trinity herself of the Matrix trilogy. Trilogy? The currently deceased yet highly anticipated and beloved human Amazon and Kryptonian. Dynamic duo, the quote, unquotes, to emphasize mystery, rumors, theories, and speculations. Can I get an amen? Amen? The double up on specific words in a rap song, speaking of which. The groups with the bars and production components, yeah, there can always be more people. But 2's already enough for the experience. Double up and it's a slaughterhouse of rhyme coherence. Numero uno. Shoutouts to the solo rappers with freestyles that makes the studio 97 degrees hot and higher through flows and wordplay. The lessons don't fall short of running the field, long-term goals. So what's the joke? I'm burying my head in sorrow with blessings of more tomorrows, but I waste my gifts on borrowed time, clinging to shelter instead of chasing dreams I'd follow. Get my life in check with the tough pill to swallow.
Woo! Always with the heat, blue flames, no pun intended. Always with the heat.
Yes, and always like it's so, like the last lines always like get me. Always so solid closing. Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's keep it going. We got a real special treat to end the show with y'all, to share with y'all to end the show tonight. Leah B has a beautiful video of a beautiful poem that she's gonna be sharing. So whenever you're ready, girl, please give it up for Leah V.
Thank you. Let me see if I can do this. I can do this. Let me see.
I'm excited. Mom, why are you calling me right now?
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Alrighty.
Aww.
This is O2. Let's talk about components. Let's talk about elements of this earth we encompass. Let's talk about universal understanding and universal activity and universal laws. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the breath it takes for me to fuck up this writing block caused by refusal to accept the reality that is poppies who pass away, through, at the hands of others, at the hands of suffocation of all sorts. Let's talk about air. Let's talk about a refusal to exhale these words because ink provides an eternity that I am unprepared to accept. I mean, let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the breath I need to get through, to push through the truth of living amid the epicenter. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the breath it takes for me to fuck up this writing block caused by refusal to accept the reality that is poppies who pass away through at the hands of others, at the hands of suffocation of all sorts. Let's talk about air. Let's talk about a refusal to exhale these words because ink provides an eternity that I am unprepared to accept. I mean, let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the breath I need to get through, to push through the truth of living amid the epicenter of a failed state. Let's spitball these words to the general public. Let's talk about the space needed in between those words in order to receive the oxygen necessary to explain ourselves. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the short breaths my father took while we naively thought he'd be able to survive the swallow that is COVID at the crib. Let's talk about how desperate we were to believe his breath would get through, would push through. Let's talk about air. Let's talk about acute respiratory distress and how it took my father's breath. Let's talk about the vent. Let's talk about the tubes placed down his throat. No. Let's talk about the breath he took to speak to me 4 weeks prior to him being hooked onto an electronic source of the element that surrounds us. Let's talk about how just 4 weeks prior, he inhaled, laughed, and called me his little girl. Let's talk about how between breaths, before he entered the ambulance, never to be heard from me again, he said, "I love you." And I took that breath and I held it in from too far away. Let's talk about how we could not be near his breath before he left. I could not hear his breath weeks before he left. I wouldn't wish this distant death upon my arch nemesis. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the odor that I'm sure exited the mouth of 45 as he spat his breath. Let's talk about his lack of breath and his lack of sense and the statistics that say, had he taken that breath 7 days prior to lockdown and announced lockdown when everyone else told him to fucking lockdown, when other countries proved we needed PPE and a fucking lockdown. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the thousands and thousands and thousands of bodies that statistics say would still breathe today had he taken that breath and for once in his life chose to use it for the good of humanity. Let's talk about breath. Not about politics, but shit. It's one and the same in this day and age. I mean, my father was a father. He changed my world, so he changed the world. George Floyd was a father. He was Gianna's father, and he changed her world, so he changed the world, and his breath was taken too. So let's talk about breath. No. Let's talk about suffocation, because the ICU doctor told us that COVID attacked my father's organs and lungs, causing him suffocation. Let's talk about suffocation. Let's talk about the 20 days that my father was in the hospital and how my mother couldn't understand him because his body could not function without air being pumped into his throat. Let's talk about the doctors who worked tirelessly to get that oxygen into his throat as pasty-ass Confederate people protested pandemic breath without masks. Let's talk about the nurses who took breaths through their masks and tears. Let's talk about how I have to believe they did everything they could to keep him from suffocating alone, to keep his big brown body from eventually choking on its own entity. Let's talk about saving breath. Let's talk about suffocation. Let's talk about a knee on the neck causing suffocation. Let's talk about chemicals in canisters causing suffocation. Let's talk about the breath that my man, my beautiful Black man takes when he gets pulled over by any officer. And let's talk about using that last breath to call out for your mama like George Floyd called out for his mama, like I called out for my mama when my father left the universe. Let's talk about the doctors who did everything they could to save my father from suffocating and the officers who kept George Floyd suffocating. Let's talk about universal loss. Let's talk about breath. Let's talk about the breath it takes to cry out for your father while the world continues to lose individuals by the thousands. Let's talk about mourning without thousands or any human hugs. Let's talk about grief without touch.
Let's talk about configuring virtual funerals in the age of Corona. Let's talk about watching your mother make call after call to handle the logistics of death and its ties to the government when she should only have to make space for her own breath. And let's talk about Big Floyd's family having to handle those calls times a million because our system creates the necessity that is broadcasting brutal homicidal death. So let's talk about breath. Let's talk about universal laws. My father was many things, including an advocate, an activist, and he lived a life of service. He wanted more from this world. He demanded more for this world, and his breath was taken before his time. The what ifs could eat up all of my oxygen, but I'm breathing through to this stage of acceptance, and my inhales are reserved for that energy alone. I need to find my peace. But how can oxygen allow peace when fathers continue to be taken? How can oxygen allow peace when batons are beaten against bodies demanding more from this world? How can oxygen allow peace when an autocrat is on the rise in the middle of last resort rebellion? How can oxygen allow peace when I didn't get to say goodbye? How can oxygen allow peace when Gianna didn't get to say goodbye? How can oxygen allow peace while 45's army of blues and suits alongside incompetence may have caused the death of my father, the death of Gianna's father, the death of countless fathers and brothers and mothers and daughters and sisters, and goddamn in through the nose, out through the mouth, breathing American people. So let's not talk about breath. Let's just listen to the movement instead.
That was so powerful. Thank you.
That was beautiful. You're muted, Leah. You're muted.
That was all out of whack. Of course, I don't mean to end on such an emotional night, but emotional piece. But for that piece for me, that's closure that I'm not going to get from the world. You know,
Right.
that's closure that the media, that politics, that society's not going to give me. So, as sad as it is, it's also all encompassing for me, you know, and in a lot of ways it feels powerful. So if you guys are feeling sad, you're feeling down or emotional about it, just know that's my power. That's my power. The same way that it's your power, everything that you speak, everything that we speak, that's my power.
Absolutely.
And in that, I know I'm going to be okay, and I know that I've got something to say, you know? So at the end of the day, and I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know, that's power, and that's using what we have, this gift that we all have, and I truly believe we all have it, to bring that out to the world and in a way that needs to be seen. So yes. That's what you all gave me tonight with everything that you guys spit, everything that you guys said and recited. So I thank you. I thank you for humoring me. I thank you guys for being here and for everything you guys said. Beautiful. Jay, thank you for being my partner in crime and just letting me, I mean, all along the way, letting me speak that truth. I love you. I love you.
Of course. I love that piece, and it definitely touches my soul every time I hear it. So I thank you for like being vulnerable enough to like share and speak up and, you know, and have a voice. It takes vulnerability and courage to, you know, use your voice. So, you know, and that's something that like we can all look up to. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you guys all for blessing us with another majestic virtual voices.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all are amazing.
Wow.
Let me bring it back, my little sound effect. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
It was a great first round. It was a great second round. All the rounds were great. This is just a beautiful, blissful, enchanting evening.
Do you have anything you need to plug, Leah V?
You know, I don't. I took April off. Took it off. I stepped away from the stage a little bit just to take some time to process and heal and all that during this month. But you know, you follow me everywhere, Leah V Speaks, and you're gonna see all the updates. So
amazing.
And you guys are all the first people to see that. I'll have you know.
Oh, we got the exclusive. Yo.
Super exclusive drop.
This is an exclusive night. Like we got a nice number of exclusivity. So you know, like this just shows you gotta be there. You gotta be there to experience it and enjoy it. Don't forget, guys, this stream stays on the page. So if you're going to go back and look at it or share it so people can see your performances, or you know, check out the show, definitely always go back to the Rose Garden events, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you guys follow and follow each other. If you didn't, I'll be posting a video and tagging everyone in case you guys missed anybody. And yeah, I always have a million things to plug. I'm not going to even get into it. Follow me at My Crumble Thoughts and go in the link in the bio.
Yes, we love you guys. Have a great night.
Much love. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank
all
you.
The all the people that tuned in. We love y'all.
Yes.
Love you too. Good night.
Good night. Oh wait, can I just say something real quick before y'all go? Yo, the guys held it down tonight because we only had 3 ladies in the building.
Yes.
Very unusual.
Performers.
Shout out to our male poets. We love y'all.
Right. Y'all came through.
And but the queen created the platform, right?
Hey,
he's got it.
Exactly.
Thank y'all.
So,
y'all.
All right.
Oh, y'all been holding it down.
have a good night, y'all.
Night. Mwah.